It's round 9 of the regular season here for the NASCAR Cup Series, and we come to one of the oldest and best venues. It's the last great Coliseum. Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for the Food City 500. Well, hello everybody and welcome to our pre-race build-up. Myself and Jack alongside you right now in the commentary box. Matthew Owens will be joining us shortly as well as we gear up to the green flag here as well. We'll be shortly handing over to Fox and their build-up show, but just a quick word between myself and Jack. Jack, welcome. What an Xfinity race we saw yesterday. I heard it was a good one until it suddenly, well, just stopped kind of dead. Hopefully we're going to have a better Cup race tonight. What are you expecting?
Well, last night was the Kyle Larson show. Absolutely dominated the race. Pretty easy win for him. Carson Kvapil, other drivers did fairly well. Jesse Love, who will be making his Cup debut tonight, finished 6th in the Xfinity race. He starts 19th today.
It's going to be a really entertaining race here, as what Bristol has to offer is fantastic. Let's head down to Fox and their pre-race build-up and start with Ryan Blaney, who stopped by for a chat.
That ought to be fun. And then Michael Waltrip, he once attempted a handstand, a headstand more like, when he won an Xfinity race here in Bristol. He'll be more comfortable with the grid walk. And it's the 9th race of the season. So far, 5 different winners. Our pole sitter trying to be one of those. 5 drivers already securing a playoff spot.
Yes, and we're getting ready, and it's Alex Bowman starting on pole position, Jack, and I think that's really going to be the surprise to everybody, is how quick he was in qualifying yesterday evening, and the build-up really is going to be tremendous here, because it's another short track race, but a lot of things happen at Bristol. 9 times out of 10, we see caution after caution after caution.
Yeah, absolutely. Bristol is a track known for tempers to flare as well, so maybe we'll get a bit of that. Obviously the famous Tony Stewart helmet throw probably being the most obvious example, which is my favourite NASCAR moment ever. Did he get fined for that? He probably should have got fined for that in hindsight, but...
Yeah. Now, sadly, for this race, we don't have the Speedway camera for the Food City 500. It's been taken down, but we've been told that it will be available for the playoff race later on in the season. So today, it's our normal trackside coverage action as well with Driver Tracker. But still, you're in the best seat in the house with every bit of information we have to offer you. So let's go through the points as they stand. William Byron on 326 points, Denny Hamlin on 299. But it seems, though, Jack, every time I'm in a commentary box for a main Cup race, Denny Hamlin decides to win. 2 races running, and he's doubled up. This is great for him.
I can see, I was thinking Denny was starting to fall off in his career, but no, he's started to get better. He's got 2 wins on the trot. Obviously, he had 3 wins last season. Maybe he's going to try and aim to match, well, obviously he'll aim to match that total, but hopefully he matches that total, maybe a bit more, because I know, I will always say this, that I think Denny is one of the most entertaining drivers on the grid as a person. I love seeing his interviews. I love it's the only sports podcast I think I actually listen to is Denny's, because I'm always interested in what he has to say, even if I don't agree with him the whole time. But yeah, I really like seeing Denny doing well. Actually, this late into his career, he is 44 after all.
It's a long old game to be playing, really, isn't it, for him? And is he a title contender? Is the dreamer becoming a believer once again to be in it? He's always in the playoffs, but he's going on a bit, and they never know how long it's going to last.
He has the worst combination of bad luck and making enemies. Like 2017, I think he could have had a real shot at it. And then that's when he decided it was a good idea to turn Chase Elliott at Martinsville. Elliott got his payback about 2 weeks later. He literally just knocked Hamlin slightly into the wall. I think it was a Phoenix, I want to say. He knocked Hamlin slightly into the wall. 4 laps later, Hamlin got a tyre puncture, killed his entire race.
Yeah, coincidence? I think not. Okay.
That wasn't. 100% it wasn't.
We're building up then to the start of the race. Let's head back down to Fox Sports.
Welcome to Bristol.
The last green Coliseum, awesome day for a race. Ready, green, go, all good. Hang on. We lost the right rear there. Ah, yeah! My favorite racetrack. Thank you.
And we're live, getting you closer to the start of the race. It really is cool flying in here, Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia, and you get to see the track as you come in. They've been racing here since the early 1960s, and after some rain before the truck race Friday, a beautiful weather today, sunny in the 60s, really feels very comfortable. Back with the guys, we've moved from Victory Lane down on the grid, as you can see here. And I know there's a lot to like about Bristol, but as a driver, there's a lot to challenge you. You just can't relax here. It really is, even though everybody loves it, it's one of the toughest places to race.
It really is. And for me, I always had to remind myself to relax and put my arm down the straightaway just briefly to get some blood flow into your hands, because you can get so caught up in just being in that grind that you can wear yourself out by gripping the steering wheel too hard, having your muscles tensed up. And this is a racetrack that just doesn't allow you to rest at all.
Ever. It doesn't matter if you're leading the race or you're last, because you're always going, you're always in traffic. It doesn't take but 20 laps, and if you're the leader, you're in lap traffic and have obstacles to go around. But you're right. The very first laps that I ever made at this place, I pulled in. You're like, what's wrong with the car? Nothing. I'm out of breath. That's right. I was holding my breath the whole time, and eventually you just have to Kevin's point, you literally, Myers, you have to tell yourself out there, take a breath. That's the only way you can slow this place down.
Yeah, physically very demanding.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the one thing they didn't mention is the load in the corners, right? I mean, like your neck just gets exhausted at this racetrack. And for me, I would get disoriented. And the flag stand is my reference point of which straightaway am I on?
Wow.
Because both corners drive a little bit different. And if you turn 3 entry is always really loose. There's a little bit of a bump getting into that gate.
I had a different headrest.
You were just disoriented.
Did you
all
have
the
a
time.
different headrest here?
I
put
had
a little bit more
foam.
padding.
Yeah,
more foam.
totally.
I always found that you fell into this just almost this crazy rhythm that you would just, once you felt good in the car and you knew how your car was handling, it was just such a rhythm racetrack to hit your marks. And today, with the way that PJ1 is on the bottom, you can't miss the bottom. You got to put that left front tire on that line. So it's very much a rhythm racetrack.
Yeah, you don't want to be disoriented. Let's check on the long shots and the favorites, and then we'll get the selections from you guys. These are the odds that have come in. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin at the top. Ryan Blaney right there. Talked about him on a short track. Christopher Bell. Joey Logano and Ty Gibbs on that list. Kyle Busch down there as well. In the long shot department, it looks like some long shots. But Jesse Love, who we talked about earlier, making his Cup debut and was in the top 10 in the Xfinity race here, showing up a little bit, along with a few other names such as Cole Custer. So our driver picks, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. And finally, after 2-0, these guys get one on the boards properly, selecting
We were on the
Denny
same
Hamlin
team
last
week,
week. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
About time.
so I guess we're gonna. Who goes first? We're gonna let Kevin still. He's got the lead.
Clint goes first?
Clint's gonna
Go
go
ahead.
first. Okay.
I'm going first?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin.
For 3 in a row.
I'm not, and this
You're
is
not.
the reason I'm not going to. I was kidding with the guys. I think this track is going to put rubber down. I think the tire wear will go away, and I look over and I see this 5 car right on the other side of Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson's your winner today.
Well, I'm going to go with the guy as we were coming back from break. I don't know if you could hear, but they got the most boos just now, and it's the car we're standing next to. It's Denny Hamlin. I think he gets 3 in a row today.
I just get tired of hearing Clinton talk, so I'm going to go with Jamie, and we're going to team up on you this week. What do you think about that?
This week.
Well, it worked last time.
That's right.
So I guess that's fair.
All right, nobody.
You got to pick?
you gotta
Ford.
pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney. What the heck?
Okay.
All right,
I like that.
It could be.
You imagine how many
hopefully his
jokes you
luck
could
turns
have if
around.
Jesse Love was a cup
Oh
driver
yeah,
going forward?
there'd be a lot. We'd love that. DraftKings Sportsbook is an authorized gaming operator of NASCAR this week. New customers can bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app, use promo code SPEED when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. We wish you a lot of luck. All right, Kevin and Clint, head up to the broadcast booth with Mike Joy and Larry McReynolds, and Jamie and I will be here to keep an eye on the race. Let's head over to Michael Waltrip and the grid walk. Michael.
Hey, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Did you know that this racetrack used to be called the Bristol International Raceway? So there's an international flair to this place. Did you know that, Chris?
I can't say I knew that one.
How about that? How do you feel about the old Ford here today?
Yeah, it's built submarines. Mustang's going to be good. I think we're going to be hanging on a lot tonight. I think it's going to be, or this afternoon, it's going to be an interesting race for sure.
I need to go that way. I'm going to talk to Danny. Yeah, head that way. Danielle, I mentioned to Chris Myers, the grid walk has an international flair today. You're from Mexico. How are you feeling about today? You having a good time so far?
I feel great, my friend. The racetrack looks amazing. Beautiful weather. It's a little chilly. So hopefully our good years last as long as possible because we're going to be fighting some wear here today. We're going to be going very fast, but let's see.
Everybody says to me, don't ask me about the tires because I don't have a clue what's going to happen, and I think that's great for I said international. Ida Zetterstrom, NHRA star. Why aren't you in Vegas? It's NHRA is going to be on Fox right after this race.
Oh, yeah, I'm part-time Top Fuel right now, but I'm just looking for some more partners, and I'll be out there full-time. And my next one is actually in Charlotte, and then I'll be right back here in Bristol for the race 6th to the 8th June. So looking forward to that on Thunder Valley.
She's from Sweden. I told you this was an international grid walk. Let's see who else we could find here. There's Austin Cindric. He's sitting down on the wall. Austin Cindric, did you bring your tuba with you?
No, but we brought our Snap-on tools with us, and we built a really fast race car.
So you snap those parts together and you're ready to roll?
Sure.
Okay. I'll see you later.
See you, man.
Let's see if else we can find. Chase Elliott, big Atlanta Braves fan. And the Braves are coming to play the Reds here at this place. How cool does that feel to you?
Well, I think it's awesome, especially being a Braves fan. You know, I think great opportunity, kind of meeting in the middle from Cincinnati to Atlanta. So great venue. I thought they had good success with the football game they did here. So hoping the same for the Braves game, and yeah, go Braves.
You know what? I was in the opening day Reds parade, and I felt kind of weird because I'm a Braves fan too.
Well, hey, you did that to yourself, I guess. But no, go Braves.
Go Braves. That's right. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Hey, buddy. You're making your debut in this series, and it's going to be an awesome day. Have fun. Welcome to Cup.
Mikey, how are you?
Had to greet you with the grid walk.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you just said, but man, I'm looking forward to it. It's obviously a dream come true to be here, racing against my heroes, and one of my favorite racetracks. So just trying to let it all, soak it all in and take what I can get.
I'm envious. I know it's going to be a great run for you in Cup, and I'm glad it's starting here at Bristol. The next one will be easier, I promise.
Hopefully there's a next one.
Have a good time. There's Zane Smith, and he's driving my Aaron's Dream Machine. Holy cow, what a beautiful ride, Zane. How cool is it, the history of this sponsorship and some of the folks that have driven the Aaron's car. I actually drove it into Victory Lane here one night.
I love it. Hopefully I could repeat what you did. So yeah, it's so cool to have Aaron's back in the sport and this paint scheme specifically. So hopefully could repeat that and go get a Bristol win.
Well, I appreciate your time. Give it a good roll. Hi there. Here's see else we can find on this international grid walk. Hello, it's Michael Waltrip, Brad Kozlowski. I'm on the grid walk and just wanted to see how you're doing.
Great, Mike. We're ready to go race. It's been a good track for us. I'd like to get our 4th win here today.
How about that? You see Rodney Atkins? Is that him? No, he's over here. Oh, have fun.
Take care. Thank you.
I'm going to say hi to Rodney. Listen. These are your people. This is where I come from.
Yeah, man. I'm here back home. Surrounded by 200,000 hillbillies, man. I love it. This place is magic.
It's just going to be so fun to watch this race today. So much uncertainty what these drivers are facing.
Absolutely. This is the one track, I think, where you can hear the crowd over the engines, man. this play, I've got chills right now.
Ooh, I love it. Will you throw it back to Chris Myers, do an imitation of Chris Myers? You ever hear Chris Myers? You know, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Chris Myers, you got it, brother.
Why is everybody? This is
how you doing?
This is and I says this is my real voice. I wake up, I talk like this. Hey, look who showed up, Ryan Blaney. We're standing by your car. We took a shot that you'd be here. Thanks for joining us.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay,
Silence impeccable. I'm happy I was able to join y'all.
Hey, this is the track you've led the most laps at without having a victory. Obviously, you've had success of other places where that's been the case. So, how you feeling about today?
Yeah, it's, gosh, I really don't know. Like, I think a lot of guys out here really don't understand what might happen, you know, with the tires. It's a little bit hotter than yesterday, full sun. Maybe lay some rubber down to where, you know, the tire wear issue is a little bit less than yesterday. But I think it's going to be a huge part of it is how do you manage your right front? How do you manage your right rear? Try to outlast other cars. But Menards Ford Mustang's pretty good. It had good speed in it. Just hopefully it lasts.
I want to know about how you managed your week. I saw you got to go to the White House. What was that like? That's got to be such a good experience.
I had a good week. I went to Augusta for the Masters on Tuesday, and then I was at the White House with RP
Typical
and Joey.
week in Ryan Blaney's life.
It was a cool week. So it was just special to be there, you know, with RP and for him to get honored for, you know, NASCAR championships, Indy 500s, the sports car, you know, 24 hours that they won. It was just neat to be a part of it and be there and, you know, kind of be where, you know, the person who runs this country is at.
Yeah.
So I loved it, and I appreciated them, you know, for inviting us, and it's neat to be a part of. I would be nice to win another championship, get to go back.
And you were basically a part of a press conference as well. I thought that was great as he's speaking.
Yeah, you know, I didn't really know what to expect. We just kind of went there, and all of a sudden it turned into a presser. But I got the full news, and yeah, it was neat to stand there and just be a little bystander.
Hey, if you can briefly, we talked about pit crews, and as a driver, when it's not exactly going right, but you hope it all comes together, what can you do? What can you say, or do you just have to be patient and hope things come together all around for the team?
Yeah, you know, I mean, those guys are going to figure it out. You know, they've just had a rough couple weeks, but it's just like everything, you know, with the driver to the team setting up the race cars, everyone has their off times, you know. It's just how do you rebound from that. So those guys are great. They're going to get it figured out, and no better place to start than today.
Yeah, and it's a good one. I know, 3 wins of the last 9 short tracks, something positive that you can lean
That's
on.
good.
We're aware of that. I'd ride that one. All right, thank you, Ryan Blaney.
Right.
We'll continue live. We'll have our opening ceremonies on an outstanding weather day here as we're getting ready to go racing in Bristol.
Thank you.
Hey racing fans, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered on all your NASCAR betting action this season. From race winner to matchups and everything in between. This week, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code TRACK when you sign up. And you can download Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour podcast on your favorite platform to stay up to date on all the storylines on and off the NASCAR track. The crown is yours.
It certainly is, and we're gearing up then for what is going to be a classic race. Fingers crossed, eh? Okay, Jack's still with me. JT's joined, but he'll be leaving to go cover the wonderful series of IndyCar. So, Jack.
The Alex Palou show.
Yeah, basically. What are you expecting coming into this one? We're gearing up for what should be a corker.
Well, considering how the practice tyre wear went, we could be gearing up to an absolute all-time classic, just like last year's. Or, if the tyres don't wear, we could be in for the biggest snooze fest imaginable. So get your duvets and your pillows, and be ready.
It's one of the two. One of the said two. I don't know where we're going to be next, but I imagine it's going to be very good. Getting ready then for the start here of the Food City 500. Matthew Owens will be joining us in the booth, and we'll get all of his action. Unless he's already, no, he's not already here just yet, so time will tell when he crops in. Got our usual equipment, usual driver tracker, usual action as well. Let's go back to Fox.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Since 1925, the Goodyear blimp has been inspiring fans to keep looking up and keep driving forward.
Welcome to Bristol, where sound is the main attraction See, at this southeastern crossroads, there's an abundance of beautiful noise. From the idyllic melodies of nature to the hollers of local honky-tonks and the loudest racetrack in NASCAR.
Ready, green, green.
At this great Coliseum, notes of scorched rubber, roaring engines, and thunderous applause echo off towering grandstands to combine in perfect harmony, producing a sweet symphony of speed and skill that entertains fans for 500 laps. So wherever you're listening from today, enjoy the show. This is Bristol.
Thanks for being with us live here in Eastern Tennessee. It's the 9th race of the season. Toyota has won 5 of the first 8. Alex Bowman for Hendrick Motorsports on a front row with Chevy's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. talked earlier about the challenge of this track. Who's your driver? Who you rooting for? Glad to have you with us for opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise as you are able, remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Cherokee High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome from Van Sant, Virginia, Van Sant Church of Christ, Mike Rife.
This week, the NASCAR family lost the lives of Shiggy Hitori, Al Pierce, and John Edwards. We ask that everyone keep their family and their friends in your prayers during this difficult time. Now, would you please pray with me? Dear God, we are so grateful that in our ever-changing lives and ever-changing world that we can trust that you will never change. You once again have provided for us a beautiful day. You have brought us to this great Coliseum by the way of a super and wonderful sponsor. You are protecting us with our military and our armed forces throughout all the world and through all the first responders in our home communities. And because of that, God, we feel confident that you will once again provide for us a safe and an entertaining afternoon. In Jesus' name, amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome American Idol contestant known as the Singing Barber, Noah Peters.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it, fans, for Noah's performance of our national anthem.
Gearing up then for what's going to be a very interesting race alongside us now. Not for all of it. He'll be going at 9:30. JT's here. Hello, JT. How you doing?
Hello. You looked confused as why I was here when I put my camera on.
I was a little bit. I didn't know you were here for it, and you're very quiet.
It's probably because it's still on all the F2 and F3 settings from earlier.
Ah, I see.
Hold
yes.
on.
Well, while we're holding on, beautiful invocation, beautiful national anthem. What a good start, Jack, to the day.
Looking good. A little bit laggy at the moment, sorry, but yeah, just looking forward to the race right now personally. Eating some pizza for dinner as well.
I've been doing the same. I've been having some chicken. JT, you're back. Hello.
Hello.
That's better. Yeah, I didn't know you were going to be here until later.
I was always going to be here for this part, and then I depart around like 9:15, start getting IndyCar ready.
Then that is perfect to have you and Matthew and Jack in the booth as well. Right, boys, quickly, catch me up, JT. How actually was Xfinity yesterday? Jack said it was the Kyle Larson show as he tries to do the triple again.
It was the Kyle Larson show. He won't do the triple as he was second in the trucks, unfortunately. But yeah, it was so boring that I gave Matthew a lesson on different USB cables and what
oh wow
are all of the different USBs, and then we went down the rabbit hole of short oval stock car racing. Yeah, it was boring.
It sounds it, to be fair. I don't think that would be an interesting broadcast at all. So yeah, anyway, let's return to Fox.
Things are going to happen fast here at the beginning, boys. Bristol's just a beast in itself. I'll be waiting when he comes in here. It's not over till it's over.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway, where this great coliseum of speed is filled with a whole lot of I don't knows for the NASCAR Cup Series here today on FS1. I don't know if the traction compound is going to hold. I don't know if they're going to get rubber in the top groove, because last year in the spring race, we had a track record 54 lead changes. Very competitive, interesting race. The fall race, not quite a blowout, but only 5 caution flags. And today, we expect the unexpected. A lot of tire wear in practice. That's what the drivers asked for. They asked Goodyear, give us a tire that we have to manage, a tire that will wear out if we run it too hard. Put this race in the driver's hands. Goodyear did just that. And now everybody is scrambling to figure out, how do we attack this half mile for 500 laps? So I guess we're among all those I don't knows, because tires and tire wear and tire management are going to be the story all day long.
Tires, what you telling me, and how do I do that? Yesterday in practice, these guys couldn't even make 40 laps. That's how much tire wear we had in the car. Very cool conditions, exactly like we had in the spring. 54 lead changes in that race. Go back in the fall race, believe it or not, it was a lot hotter. That seems weird, but a lot hotter, only 8 lead changes for the lead. I think you'll see kind of somewhere in the middle of that. Warmer today than it was yesterday, but I don't think it's as warm as it was in fall, Kevin.
Well, I still think that we don't really know exactly what direction it's going to go, like you're saying, but I want experience so I can adapt. I like Denny Hamlin. I like Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, guys who have been in this scenario before, but also it's going to be a thinking man's game. Who's going to move up? Who's going to stay on the bottom? Do I have to take care of my tires? So many things that you have to adapt to today, and I love the experience, guys.
I think those are the indicators. That's what you're talking about. As this traction compound that they reapplied starts wearing out over the course of this race, you're going to see those grooves moving around. Cars trying to go to the outside, finding grip up there. That's when the race gets fun. You're going to have a bottom lane and an outside lane. The rubber. Watch when this track gets dirty. When it starts putting black rubber down on the racetrack, that's when business picks up, and tire wear will get better.
Well, it is said that the track temperature, the temperature of the concrete surface, needs to be 88 degrees or higher for the track to take rubber. Well, right now that temp is in the 90s. There's not a cloud in sight, full sun. So we may get a different race than we expected yesterday.
And that's tough on these teams to be able to try to decide. But they've made all those decisions before they came. But now they got here and they got thrown a curveball yesterday. So overnight, they had to decide, okay, do I go for the tire wear or do I go for the rubber going on the racetrack? So it's a tough combination to figure out.
Well, that was about a minute and a half of we don't know.
That's exactly what it
But
was.
we are looking forward to finding out. It's going to be an exciting 500 laps here at Bristol. Let's go trackside.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome voice of the Tennessee Volunteers, Bob Kessling, and Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, and 2-time National League MVP, Johnny Bench.
Drivers, start your engines.
A lot of questions to be answered today in Thunder Valley. We can't wait.
Matthew Owens in the box.
Get ready to rev your engines.
He is indeed. Matthew Owens joins us now up here in the comm team. We'll wait for him to get set up and join us on USRN as the cars begin to roll out, and we're getting set here for Bristol. Hello, Matthew. Are we on USRN? And how are you, my friend?
Very good. Glad to be with everyone here. We'll be joining back on USRN in a matter of moments. Just got the grid spat out over there, and ready to go. 500 laps at Bristol is always such a show.
It's going to be a very, very entertaining day. What are you going to be looking out for after yesterday's crazy Xfinity race?
Yeah, I think everyone is just desperate to know what this racetrack is going to do, what the track surface is going to do. We finally warmed up a bit. It has been cold, gray, dreary, and sometimes rainy this weekend. The track has not taken in rubber consistently, but now that the sun is fully out, temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s. Will this track take in rubber? Because it certainly didn't in qualifying yesterday, and it created for a wild qualifying session with even the best of drivers, Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, making mistakes that you don't normally see them make when they're on the track all by themselves.
Gearing up then for what's going to be a very solid start. JT's here for the first stage at least, going into stage 2 before he'll leave to cover the IndyCar series at Long Beach as well. The 50th Grand Prix there as well. Celebrations. IMSA was good yesterday. I'll wait for Matthew to give him to shut up and put his hand up to rejoin USRN.
Well, and we will do that in about 30 seconds. Yes, I hate to be missing out on Long Beach because I do love Long Beach. The clashing needs to stop.
Yeah.
Come on.
But which one are you going to choose, Long Beach or Bristol?
All of that, I thought I'd add. Fox is not doing themselves a service by actually having both races on at the same time. Realistically, they should be one after the other.
Yeah.
I know they probably don't have the capacity to do that with all the support series. One after the other sounds like a good idea. I see JB is frantically gesturing.
Yeah, because Matthew's got to go back on there now. Back to you, Matthew.
Back on USRN and on JBM as well now, joined by the whole gang for the Food City 500 at Bristol. JB, Jack, JT's here for a little bit. And now I will basically just say the same thing that you just said to me. Hello, gentlemen. Ready to go from Bristol.
Hello, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? We're in for, I hope, an entertaining and interesting evening. The last time we broadcasted together, we ended up in hysterics. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, where were we? Martinsville. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a classic. And this place is the better option. I was asked, do you want Long Beach or do you want Bristol? Immediately I said, I want Bristol, because you get more action here than you do at Long Beach. So JT, sorry, I think you're going to be in for the longer night.
Oh, it's fine. I get to hang out with Tom Cairns. You could hang out with worse people. And, of course, the last time me and Matthew were broadcasting together was last night. Which is, well, we've had Jack just sum up the Xfinity race. We've had myself sum up the Xfinity race. Matthew sum up the Xfinity race, where we went on to talk about USB cables.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yes, indeed. Kyle Larson did not give us a ton to talk about yesterday, did he?
Well, he might not here, to be fair. But, do you know, I want to say right now, he starts third on the grid here. And it could be quite an interesting one. Now, I know those on US Arena have already heard it, but those on JBM haven't. So we're going to run through the order one more time. Alex Bowman starts on pole position. Alongside him is Ricky Steinhaus Jr. Then it's Kyle Larson on row 2 alongside Denny Hamlin. Now, 2 of those are locked into the playoffs as well. Bowman and Steinhaus need to perform, and they could do so. It's going to be a very interesting race for them. Row 3 then takes us for Ryan Blaney and Ty Gibbs. Row 4 sees Christopher Bell in what has really become the Bell Championship. So much, he's on 293 points, but Byron is our points leader on 326. He will be alongside AJ Allmendinger. Then row 5 sees Carson Hosefa and Justin Haley. Row 6 sees Josh Berry alongside Ty Dillon. Then it's Michael McDowell on row number 7. He's alongside Chase Briscoe. Row 8 sees Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. What can he do after running so well a few weeks ago? Brad's getting his mojo back, but starting 16th, it could be an issue. Row 9s and 10, Austin Dillon and Zane Smith. And then Jesse Love is alongside Chase Elliott, starting all the way down in 20th position. Austin Cindric is 21st on row 11. He's alongside Bubba Wallace. And then row 12 sees Daniel Suarez in 23rd and Chris Buescher in 24th. Riley Herbst starts in 25th position on row 13. He's alongside points leader, already locked into the playoffs twice, of William Byron. Then he's alongside Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones, Ryan Preece and Todd Gilliland. Along the side then Noah Gregson, and John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer, Cody Ware, Ross Chastain, Shane Van Gisbergen and Corey LaJoy, Joey Logano 38th, and Josh Belicki 39th. Now, Matthew, what on earth has happened to Joey Logano to be that down the back of the order? And here he is yesterday in qualifying.
Yeah, that's the answer for you. Just got loose off of turn 2. Was going to go for a spin. Instead caught the right rear with the outside wall. And it was a qualifying session with moments like that for Logano. Kyle Busch spun, kept going. William Byron had a moment, got loose. That's why he's on row 13. So it was a very volatile qualifying session, which could create for us comers and goers here right at the very beginning of the race.
I hope that's true, JT, because we need a lot of action. I know yesterday you were discussing USB cables, which I'm sorry, clearly USB-C has become a king, and I really enjoy it with the amount of stuff you can do with it. But how much pressure is going to be on the likes of Bowman and Steinhaus Jr., who are at the front of the field? They've got Larson, Hamlin behind, and then we've got everybody so far down the field that they're going to charge through. One mistake here, you go 2-3 laps down. It's a short track.
Yeah, absolutely, under 15 seconds per lap. Also, yesterday we went into the deep rabbit hole of short oval stock car racing here in the UK. Yeah, I very nearly died again today.
Did you? Yes, I saw your puncture. Yeah.
A tyre exploded in front of me while they were full throttle. And of course it came straight off the rim, and dirt kicked up by a 650 brake horsepower engine running at a max of 7,500 revs per minute. It hurts.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, want to check in with Jack as well as we get ready. We're now officially on lap 1, so we're getting ready for the green flag. Quickly to you, Jack, what are you thinking? Cautions? How many?
We'll go with 6. Are we including stages?
No, not include stages. That mandates 2
okay,
anyway.
4 then.
4, okay. Okay, Matthew Owens, build us up, and then we'll try and figure out a way to duel the starts together.
Well, you know, this race gave us 54 lead changes last year, which was absolutely ridiculous, and the madness that this race was last year. And what are we going to get today is what everyone is waiting to figure out on a racetrack that is so unpredictable to begin with, and especially is with the situation with the tires and the rubber buildup and all of that. It's going to be a day of unknowns, I think, is the best way to describe that, as hopefully we're getting one to go this time, because if we are, Josh, you can take off here. I get all the starts on USRN.
You want one off, don't you? You get the restarts. We'll trade it to and throw together. I suppose you did have Xfinity. Very kindly, Matthew and JT stepped in as I was...
Beloved John Edwards and his untimely passing this week. Thoughts and prayers go out to everyone at Hendrick Motorsports and the NASCAR community and John's family for mourning his loss. John, thank you for everything you've done for us. Hope to make you proud today.
Oh, beautiful sentiment. We've had too many, and fireworks in honour of those. So many have passed this weekend, Matthew.
Yeah, heartbreaking weekend, that's for sure.
We're gearing up then for the start. Pace car is in. It's the last great Coliseum. It's Bristol, baby, and it's green flag. We are underway for the Food City 500. Bowman immediately into the lead, cuts down Steinhaus and Larson. Just jostling, but Larson has actually dropped back. Moving up goes Hamlin, and now already I think Blaney's on the high line, Matthew, and he's going for it. And look at Gibbs. Ty Gibbs takes third.
Yeah, Gibbs, the first one to go up to that top lane. The top lane is going to be advantageous later in the race. We don't know about here in these early laps, but Ty Gibbs is up there, and he's taking the fight to Denny Hamlin for the third position. He's got a good run off turn 4, does Gibbs, and he will swoop down. Does he clear his teammate Hamlin? Not yet, but Gibbs is up into the third position. Larson's back there too, and A.J. Allmendinger, who was so good in practice and qualifying yesterday.
Gibbs already on a battle, JT. Larson sort of just missed the start almost. He did not go going. And now he's back up, pushing the 11 through. It's going to be this type of race, isn't it? He's done all 3 so far this weekend.
Yeah, and Blaney just behind in the 12. Gibbs, the only one on the outside line, trying to overtake. Very, very nearly contact. I believe that was with the 20 of Christopher.
I think JT might...
Well, yes, it was. He was going around the outside of Allmendinger, got 3 wide momentarily with Hocefer, and another one.
Right, back with you now as they come into it. And Jack, what do you make of the start? We're 5 in already, and beautiful sunshine, track warming up, and that was a good getaway. And now everyone's just got to find their rhythm.
Yeah, good to see Ty Gibbs doing well, at least. He's been on a not so great run as of late. So good to see him doing well. He's clearly talented enough for cup level, in my opinion. So we've also got Bowman leading, which should be interesting. But I think the most interesting part is to see how these tyres fall off. Because if these tyres fall off a little bit, as much as they did last year in the spring, then boy, are we in for an interesting race. Mario Kart Bullet Bill mode, as I call it.
Everyone's crossing their fingers, aren't they, Matthew, that that's going to happen, because we want a good race, we want the actions, and it's all bubbling up as Ty Gibbs side by side with Carson Hocefer.
Yeah, Gibbs on that outside lane. He's been trapped up there, so they have applied the PJ1 traction compound around the bottom of the track this weekend. That's why early in this race, the bottom is the place to be. But again, as rubber builds in and as the race goes on, you will be able to make passes on the top. But Ty Gibbs is trapped up there right now, and he's already backslid to 9th here, so he's going to have to find a hole and get down. Bottom's the place to be now. As I said, though, once we start clicking off laps, 200, 300, and so on, you will be able to make ground and make passes up top.
Yeah, we've had, and again, there goes the 60 on the low line. Gibbs trying, rubbering in the high line for everybody. He's sort of been used as a sacrificial lamb, and he's dropping places and places. Time and time he's trying to find an opening, but no one's opening the barn door. He's going to shut down the 38. Yeah, there goes a Gilliland.
Wow, a very aggressive move by Gibbs to get down in front of Gilliland, but he has done it. And where does that put him there? Put him in 15th, I think. Zane Smith he got down in front of, sorry. The FRM cars. But yeah, so Gibbs now in 15th. He's found a spot in line. And this looks like the Bristol of old. The conveyor belt of everyone just driving right around that yellow line on the bottom. And if you get trapped up high, you're just going to sink backwards.
I don't even see where, I don't even know where I was going with that one. They've just been driving the 38 car. As Byron's moved up into 23rd position so far then. But it is Alex Bowman in the 48 leading here at Bristol. It's kind of nice seeing that 48 lead here as well. It's kind of nostalgic. So it's giving a lot of love out there. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. though, he's alarming me that he's so far up the field. So many cautions this year have been caused by that man. And I think JT, with our caution tracker, can tell us surely exactly how many he's got.
I haven't updated that in a couple of weeks, so it's not
that's great.
Correct at all.
Logano on the inside, though, getting ahead of the 01 car. And that's Corey LeJour, who's back in for Rick Ware Racing. On board with Chris Buescher. Okay, 17.
Go on. It's surprising to see Buescher this far back, too. He's won here at Bristol in this next-gen car. That was the night race a couple of years back. So surprising to see him trapped back here in 35th position on the start. As at the front, everybody around the bottom here, Josh, as Alex Bowman leads the way. Won the pole here last time we were here, too, last September. So 2 straight Bristol poles for Bowman. And for everyone that's a little surprised at Ricky Stenhouse Jr. being so far to the front, don't be shocked if he is a contender all day long. He loves these concrete racetracks. 4 career top 5s here at Bristol. That's the most top 5s he has at any non-drafting track.
We've opened up the battle screen if you watch us on Twitch and YouTube on JBM, so you can have all of the timings open and your driver tracker without having to look at our faces throughout the broadcast as well. But, we'll go back up if there's a caution and action. Hence the rules. Because it's a long race, NASCAR, and I know people would rather look at the battle screens. Oh, here we go again. So the 8 and 33 going up high, Matthew, and just losing out again.
I'm offended.
Yeah, and that's Jesse Love in the 33 in his Cup Series debut. He's trying to be brave in his debut here going around the top, and he's trying to make a pass around Austin Cindric. He's got a good run out of turn 4, pulls up alongside Cindric, who is right underneath the spoiler of the Kyle Busch automobile.
Yeah, and look at this. That 33 doing absolutely brilliant. We've been waiting for Jesse Love, who, of course, won in Daytona in the Xfinity Series at the start of the year. Been absolutely fantastic. He's already locked himself into the playoffs there for the Xfinity Series, and now getting his debut at the last great Coliseum is brilliant. And let's see what we're going to have now as we go side by side alongside that 8 car of Kyle Busch, and just gently, I think the highlights. Oh, the 45 gets loose, just saves it. Rear stepped out there for Tyler Reddick coming out of 3.
Good save.
I was sure that was going round. Here it is again.
And it was all on his own, too, from what I saw. It was in the middle of the corner all by himself. Oh, my gosh.
Just really wants to lay down rubber.
He nearly won here one of the years where we ran the dirt here at Bristol. He was dirt tracking it right there.
I think he touches the apron, looking at it. He comes off the bank. Yeah, look, he's running super low to the yellow line. I reckon he put a wheel on the apron and lost the rear. That was a good save.
Well, and that's so easy to do here, too. And back in the old days at Bristol, when we had just a straight 36 degrees of banking, no progressive banking, you would see guys wrap the bottom, and they would clip the apron with the left rear of their tire to unload the rear of the car and make it rotate. You don't see that often now with the progressive banking, as we have a fist fight going on here at third. Kyle Larson has worked his way around Denny Hamlin, and now trying to fill the hole to the inside of Hamlin is Ryan Blaney, who's been so good here in the past, but has been unable to win. But before Blaney can pull up alongside Hamlin, Hamlin wants to go right back after Larson as those two similarly colored cars go at it for third.
Well, Hamlin, of course, locked into the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Larson isn't yet. He hasn't won this season, so he's got to get in. I'm trying to remember a time he might have. We're 8 races in. I can't remember. We've had Bell 3, Byron 2, Hamlin 2. That already takes us to 6 out of the 8, so I think then we had one different winner. Yeah, I think we haven't had a Larson win yet, so he's not locked into the playoffs.
He has a really good chance to score a win today, but Hamlin has been able to drop back down in front of him, so despite having Hamlin on the outside, Larson has not taken that position, and Justin Haley has moved us to the top now, and he's started to take the fight to these front runners. Haley's gotten around Blaney, and he's alongside Larson for 4th, so Justin Haley's gone up there to the top, and he's making up ground doing it.
We're experimenting with a new software this weekend called Piero, which is basically a touchscreen like SkyPad. And I've just slowed down, and I can confirm he did touch, Tyler Reddick did touch the apron, just put the front wheel on it, and immediately came back up, but he just unsettled the rear, so he did touch the apron. Unfortunately, we can't broadcast that, but we're just experimenting for it.
And that has dropped him well down the order. in the 45. Double file racing going on just outside the top 10.
3 in the 24.
As the camera cuts like crazy, sorry. But yeah, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, RCR teammates, and William Byron. And I'm telling you what, Justin Haley has now gotten up to second. So him jumping to the outside was well timed, and Haley in that Spire number 7 now is right on the tail of the leader, Alex Bowman.
We heard from Mike Joy in the build-up to the show as well. The track has to be at 88 Fahrenheit. 88 degrees in order to start baking in. We're well into the 90s track temperature at the moment, so there is grip being laid down for the first time this weekend. We had rain on Friday. It was a cold track yesterday during it all. So now finally we're getting some running in, and finally we're seeing different lines coming in. And look at Hamlin defending hard on Larson, just sticking around the outside, and Stenhouse now dropping back.
Yeah, that outside is finally coming in. Larson just went to it and rocketed around Stenhouse. Now he's going to do the same in 3 and 4 on Hamlin, and then he chops down across the nose of Hamlin and then cuts under Justin Haley. Larson's getting going now.
Yeah, and this is going to be his charge now, isn't it, Jack? Because we know once Larson gets a bit between his teeth, he knows this circuit. He will go for it. He knows... it sort of helps doing the other 2 series, doesn't it?
I don't think it's just this circuit where Larson will go for it, shall we just say. He is very wreckers or checkers driver. I've said it the wrong way around, I'm an idiot. Very checkers or wreckers driver. And here he goes round the outside of Justin Haley. And he moves into second place. Does he? Oh, we got Justin Haley still on the outside there. Or driving for Spire, or as I call them, Hendrick Jr. at this point.
Larson right round the outside!
And he's going to go round the outside of Bowman!
Brilliant! He's taken the lead, but Bowman's going to keep that low line. The high line starting to rubber in. Larson out of 2. Larson leads at Bristol.
Took about 40 laps for that outside line, or a little bit less than 40, really, for the outside line to really rubber in. But you knew once it did, Kyle Larson would be one to take advantage of it. But you can tell all of these guys are not running the pace they could be running. They are conserving the tires because 40 laps at Bristol is more than enough time for these leaders to have gotten to the tail end of the field and start running into traffic. They would have been doing that at about lap 30 or so. Yeah. But so they're definitely running, goodness knows, 70-75% of what they could be here, just trying to work on these tires, trying to save them.
So just having a quick look on the timeline of the race so far, they're already starting to get worried about these tyres and degrading. Those on the high line are going to start struggling, as we now see the 7 taking the 48. That's Justin Haley taking Bowman for second. That high line is rubbering in brilliantly. Now, if we look at it, we had 8 lead changes here last time in the playoff race in, what was it, October?
Yeah, September.
Yes, September, right, sorry. I was trying to read my dates back to front because you lot put it the wrong way around.
Indeed.
Seriously, what is the 3rd to the 17th, 24? The 17th of March, I know, but come on. Why put day, month, year? It kind of makes sense. The thing is, I get it, because in England, in school books, you put the 13th of March, 2024. But it's weird. But I don't know, it just fries my brain.
It makes 0 sense in America.
Yeah, to put March the 7th, 2015. Doesn't make sense.
Actually, like... You go first, JT.
As the date triangle shows, you make no sense, Matthew, in America.
I thought you just meant in general.
In general as well sometimes, but we won't go there.
No.
Out of interest, speaking as an American, Matthew, did you do it to spite us?
Probably. That's probably why that happened. Yeah. Who knows?
Never forgave us.
We don't use the metric system either. Like, we tried to do the degrees in Fahrenheit yesterday. Don't get me started. I don't know how to do it. I probably will never learn.
And also to add to that, you stole half our city's name. We've got York, we've got Bristol, we've got Richmond, we've got Darlington. Bro, stop stealing our names. Honestly, it's ridiculous.
I'm getting so confused, and I think JT will as well, because next week we're at Rockingham. And I'm thinking,
Uh-huh.
what? We're at Rockingham.
Haven't we got a Rockingham too?
Yeah, and it closed down.
Absolute thieves, honestly.
We are going into this exact same topic which we did in the Xfinity, and no, I'm not going there, Matthew.
Oh, well,
USC.
again, next weekend, you guys be ready. It's Rockingham over here.
Ham. Ham. Hang on, I'm getting that on camera. So hang on, you were saying it's Rockingham. So every time...
That's right.
Right, okay, just note that down, JT, so then I'll go, and we go green at Rockingham.
Wait. It's time to drop the hammer at Rockingham.
That's right, yeah.
I can't wait for this next week, though, for XFIT. Trucks and XFIT next weekend as well. No Cup Series. This is the last one before a week off. For some reason, it feels like we can give the Cup Series drivers the Easter break, but the Xfinity and the truck drivers don't get to spend it with their family.
Wait, hold on. Why carve ham when you can carve Rockingham? We're green for the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
What would be amazing though is if we have separate broadcasts next week. If you guys have a broadcast and we have a broadcast, then USRN should call it Rockingham, and you guys should call it Rockingham.
Deal. Deal.
And it's a $10,000 fine to the FIA every single time you get it the wrong way round.
Yes. Rockingham.
I call it Rockingham, to be fair.
Yeah. Or can we just compromise and call it The Rock?
The Rock. There we go. Well, of course, for the longest time, it was called North Carolina Speedway.
Yes.
Anyway.
Although I'm confused. Is it Talladega up next after? For Cup Series, it is.
It is. Yes. Yep, it is.
Guess what weekend that falls upon? JB isn't here.
Oh boy.
However, can I ask a question? If I do something really cheeky, I could probably make it back, couldn't I? I could catch a train and get back for the middle of stage 2. Didn't think of that.
Where even are you that day?
I'm at Donington for Touring Car Season Opener.
Okay. I've been to Donington as well for a non-racing purposes, should we just say?
Oh, you were at Seshpit, weren't you?
Download.
Donington, download.
Going to download. And I'm going again this year.
The damage does to Enfield. Oh, hello, 71's going a bit slow. That's Michael McDowell being passed now by Kyle Busch for 22nd position. Lapped traffic now starting to come into it. Josh Belicki, the first to be lapped.
I was just going to mention that Larson now has started to pick his pace up. He's moved away from Haley by about 1 3/4 seconds, and thus has started to run into the back markers or the tail end of the field here. And that's where Larson made all his money yesterday in the Xfinity races. When he got into lap traffic, he just sliced through it like a hot knife through butter. He was so elegant and graceful through the lap traffic.
Yeah, it's not butter, as you'd say. It's people. Hot knife through people. Come on. We've got to be a little bit evil on these broadcasts as well. So, we've stayed green for 65 laps now. It's now 66.
You've said it now.
I'm trying to. We need some action. Because it's all quieting down as Larson goes to the inside line. Again, that's the 88.
Oh, and Carson Hocefer. Oh, no.
Please. Who's caused the most cautions this year? Never mind, it's Steinhaus. And I didn't even need to say anything. That's a stupid question on my part. I withdraw the statement from the commentary.
I will say, I do love how you absolutely butcher Stenhouse's name every time.
Because for years I've said it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. because that is how I heard it be called, and it's very difficult to get out of it to say Stenhouse.
To be fair, you do the same with the F3 driver, Stenthorn.
Yeah, Stenshon. Yeah, that's I think how I've got them mixed up along the line.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
He stole my line. It's like the end
you
of
stole from Star Wars.
It's like the end of Good Will Hunting. Great movie if no one's seen it, by the way.
Nope, not seen it. Not a movie, so.
I've got to go see About a Girl. Great movie. We're back. If you're watching us on Fox Sports or syncing up with USON and JB Motorsports Audio and Pictures, it's lap 71 of 125 in stage 1, 500 laps in total, and 429 to go. And guess who's leading the race? Yep, you're not watching Xfinity. Kyle Larson. He's just kept going from yesterday.
When Larson's just going to go to another high limit event and then just win that as well.
So, what has happened is that overnight, Kyle Larson has raced from Bristol, USA to Bristol, UK and back again, and he is still leading.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here for an exciting race and an exciting broadcast, but last time we were at Bristol, the guy that's leading now led 462 of the 500 laps.
Yeah.
So,
I wish I'd known that you were there. I ended up calling that race solo. Like, I was on my own for the last Bristol race, but we had track camera, and 18,000 people watched us. Just me waffling about an NASCAR race. And JT came back and said, "What happened?"
oh my gosh. Well, big haul there is we are just past the 75 lap mark now. And for those of you that are listening on USRN, which includes our good friend Christian Malley, who's just dropped a comment. Hello, Christian. As always, we'll give you the top 10. Kyle Larson, the leader from Justin Haley. Denny Hamlin, third. Alex Bowman is fourth. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. runs fifth. Carson Hocevar, the second-year driver out of Michigan, runs sixth. Ryan Blaney is seventh. Christopher Bell is eighth. Brad Keselowski ninth. And Ty Gibbs is 10th. And just as I say all of that, we've had a change for second, JB. Denny Hamlin has maneuvered his way around Justin Haley.
I kind of figured that was coming then, as I've pressed the wrong button of the box, trying to adjust the timing monitor that someone's correcting me out. So now we're going to start seeing these overtakes. Do you reckon we'll actually get a go point anytime soon?
I don't think we're going to see any tyre wear, you know, because apparently Wendy Venturini has basically, who owns obviously Venturini Motorsports or whatever their name is, they're an ARCA team, basically said that the track needs to be below 80 degrees basically for the tyres basically not stick. The track is at 101 right now. In other words, we are getting tyre wear.
So now it's overkill, Matthew.
Yeah, now it's just totally different from last year. So again, that was kind of the theme of the week build up to this race, is just the unknowns of it all. So now, not only are we warmer than we were last year, warmer than we have been all weekend, but now we're warmer than we were even in September of last year. So yeah, we're still running through some unknowns here. And again, we're still very early in this race. I know if you look on timing and scoring, we've completed more than 80 laps, but we're not even a fifth of the way through the race, so still a long way to go.
So the low line has now rubbered in, and now the drivers are going to try the high line. We watched Larson lapping the field. Where are we up to? This is Chris Buescher we're with. Larson taking high, swing low. I know it's the last great Coliseum, so I'll resist the urge to say swing high, swing low, sweet chariot. But it's looked like what it was. It looked like a horse was diving around there. Beautiful action right now. So, Larson beginning to hit lap traffic then. Just trying to compare the results at the moment between the two and our position. Their positions are being a box. Pit stops are coming. This will be the question. They get 10 sets of tyres today. But we're not going to see that many stops, I don't think.
Maybe we don't need that many.
Yeah. I'd say if we have to go green the whole stage one, don't pit.
Can you hear my dog?
I did hear something scrabbling in the background, but we get
to see your dog.
Yeah. Do you want me to put it on battle screen? Hang on, take it on battle screen. Here we go. I can hear a cat. Is that a...
Oh, yes,
yeah.
there. Oh, okay.
I hear something billowing in the background, either that or...
We need to see this.
JT, show us. We need to see it.
No, come here. Come here.
Well, I do love animals.
Hold on.
Here we go. Where's Del Boy? Here's Del Boy.
this idiot.
There he is.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm trying to get the microphone.
Lick him.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I know it was.
You
it
can
was
smell the bit of ice cream I dripped on my shirt earlier on. Yes, yes, you can.
I know it was the IndyCar race at Gateway last year where I had my dog on camera here just jump up into me.
Yeah,
I'm finding the clip of this as we speak.
I remember. Oh, contact!
Oh, Larson! Wow. Well, you know, I said how graceful Larson was getting through lap traffic yesterday. Actually, towards the end of that race, he was starting to take some chances that I don't think we believed he should take. And right there, he's just made some contact with Todd Gilliland. He's gotten through it, though.
If I was Todd Gilliland, I'd be going to HR for sexual misconduct. Properly touched up the rear there, wouldn't he? He touched it.
Hey, yo, I'm
touched
sorry,
up
I
the rear.
tuned out for a second. I suddenly hear the words sexual misconduct. What is going on?
Larson touched up the rear of Todd Gilliland.
Okay, hang on. Clip that.
Oh, dear.
Suarez now. moves
Welcome
out
to
the way.
JB Motorsports, Matthew Owens.
Okay.
Indeed.
I'm just glad. Hey, I know one man who's very much happy that we're only a month away from action starting. Month of May, a month today, it will be go, go, go for the 500. Because
Hello, Mayor.
For the month of May.
Are you kidding me? 42 days away from the 500. Oh, goodness gracious. I've already got the... I've already got the... We've been writing the spots. We're getting the commercials done. Oh, I'm so excited.
Now, the question is, are you going to be joining us for our coverage of Open Day?
That's a good question. I do not know yet.
If you can, you are welcome.
Add that I remember JP did agree to doing a backflip if Pato O'Ward or a McLaren won.
I said, hang on, now you're adding a McLaren to it.
Okay, fine, just Pato O'Ward.
Yeah, I will.
We want a video of you doing a backflip.
It won't happen on the Indy 500 broadcast, but we will put it out on socials.
It should do.
No, you said live on air.
I did not. There's no way to do it live on air.
I have the
It would be incredibly
screenshot
funny.
and clip from Omi.
If I do it, right, would you like to see? I think there was literally, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet. If a basketball player laid down here, me and Megan would be standing on his baubles.
Careful, careful.
Yeah.
Joshua Birch. On the 29th of March 2025 at 9:23 p.m. British Summertime, GMT, time zones.
Yeah, you're the master.
Omi said JB to do a backflip if McLaren win the Indy 500 live, and then he sent the link of the clip.
So Omi's fired. Dear me. I mean, we did such
I
a
am
good
firing JB effective immediately from JB Motorsports.
And
you lot starved for death trying to find the password.
then I was like, what have I missed? LOL. And then Omi responded, just a backflip being mentioned on air and me bringing up can JB do a backflip and Al then mentioning about if McLaren win the Indy 500 he has to, so we managed to get him agreed to do it.
I've got a great stat for you.
Nolan Siegel's about to win the Indy 500, everyone. Just watch.
I've got a great stat that'll impress the Oracle here. Now, at 90 laps, we're now at 105. This is the longest green flag run to a start at Bristol since August 2008.
Sorry, JB, you were cut out. You were lagged on the Discord. Say it again.
Did I?
Yeah.
At 90 laps, this is the longest green flag run to a start at Bristol since 2008.
So that would have been the first year after the reconfiguration of the racetrack, or the reconfiguration, the reprofiling of the banking. So we weren't at 36 degrees of banking. We were at the progressive banking of 24 to 28. that would have been with the car of tomorrow, the night race. Carl Edwards won that race, and that would make sense to me because, like I said, it was the first year after the reprofiling of the banking. So yes, that makes total sense.
Now, the thing is, I can understand from my point of view that I can remember Formula One race winners and you know, everything like that, and details about F1 races from days gone past. But how you can just recall that with so ease is always super impressive. This is the reason that we call you the Oracle.
If only I could do that in my schooling, I would have been at a much, I'm sure, higher paying job. But anyway.
I'm the same way, my friend.
By the way, I will say that Kyle Larson just passed and lapped Joey Logano.
Oh, dear.
So Logano is a lap down. And he has, what has he done here? How many cars has he lapped? Because he's going through the field now a lot like he did yesterday.
13? I think it's 13. As we take a look at the marbling between yesterday and today, not too much going on right now. But Xfinity had a major smash, so...
Yeah, that's looking a lot better today than it was yesterday with just the rubber going into the track rather than just lying on the track. Yeah, that's looking a lot better for the drivers. Unfortunately, it's not a lot better for us because it doesn't create as entertaining racing. But yeah, I mean, yesterday started in the 40s, and today we're in the 60s. And yeah, Ryan Preece in 25th is going a lap down now.
And he's still battling, but Larson's got that inside line, and it'll be an easy pass for Kyle, who pushes Preece out towards the wall. He's a lap down. Kyle, do not do anything stupid. But it's Kyle Larson. He'll probably been into the wall anyway.
And lap times have really started to drop down for these leaders. We're now lapping in the 16-second bracket. We were in the 15.6, 15.7 area. Now we're lapping in the 16-second bracket. Now, of course, that's while making passes with lap vehicles, but pace has slowed up. Ryan Blaney and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. are battling for 7th, and Blaney has made that pass. By the way, one more thing I'll say about that 2008 Sharpie 500 at Bristol. Kyle Busch led 415 of the 500 laps, if my memory serves, but did not win because Carl Edwards bumped him out of the way in the final laps.
Just got some updates.
Isn't that the one where him and Carl then slammed into each other post-race, and then Carl did the most funniest thing ever and just turned him.
Yeah, he just turned him around on the cooldown lap. Yeah, there were 500 laps in that race, and Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards combined to lead 499 of them. The only lap that they didn't lead, Jeff Gordon led.
Got some updates for those of you on USRN and JB Motorsports who were watching the Formula One race earlier on. George Russell has escaped penalty from his DRS and telemetry failure, so he will retain second position. But Nico Hülkenberg has been disqualified from the Bahrain Grand Prix due to plank wear. So his weekend goes back to worse.
Nothing can beat Hulk, but we've now found out that the one thing that can beat Hulk is a wooden plank.
Hulk smash.
I am bringing that to the next Hulk movie.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me tell you what's going on here on the track here. Ryan Preece is fighting Kyle Larson extremely hard. Yes, thank you. Ryan Preece, there's only 3 to go in the stage, and he is trying really hard to stay on the lead lap, and it's really costing Larson his lead. Hamlin's closing in, and also you've got closing in on this is Joey Logano because he's trying to get the free pass position. But just as I say that, Larson is putting a lap on Michael McDowell now. So all of this is very intense to get the free pass spot between McDowell, Preece, and Logano.
So this is now going to be a wreck. I can say it now, but Larson's right in the middle of it. Battling hard with 1 to go. The white flag will be out, so this is the last one. Green checkered flag will come out. Kyle Larson continues his Xfinity form from last night, as now trying to go up high. Preece will go side by side, try and get that with McDowell, but stage 1's complete. Kyle Larson takes the green checkered and wins stage 1. And did Preece get him in the line?
So... do you want me to explain the George Russell penalty? Because I've skimmed through the document, I kind of understand why.
Give us 30
well,
seconds.
Or lack thereof of a penalty, I should say. My bad.
So Ryan Priest did manage to attain that position. He did get it in the line, yeah. Right, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically, Russell originally meant to press. He was basically trying to use his radio. He accidentally pressed the DRS button though. Then quickly shut it again between turns 10 and 11. He gained an extra 0.02 of a second as a result of this. However, he would give up. My voice is dying. He gave up that extra. Gave up that 0.2, essentially 0.3 at literally the very next corner to compensate. So therefore, no sporting advantage was gained. Therefore, no penalty has been applied. That is the explanation. No advantage was gained, so they're not going to punish it. Sounds fair to me.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes the most sense of anything on that. By the way, just mop-up duty here on Kyle Larson winning the stage. It's his 3rd stage win of the season. It's his 51st career stage win. That's the most among all active drivers. He is now only 11 stage wins behind the all-time leading stage winner. That's Martin Truex Jr., who's won 62.
JT DMs as we get coming through. So Kyle Larson then wins it. Denny Hamlin, Justin Henley. Who gets the last one?
The other DMs.
Oh, okay. Just prepping our NASCAR coverage. I presume, is that going out on USRN 2, Matthew, as well?
IndyCar, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, IndyCar is, yes.
Is that you, JT?
But that is via my 5,127,967th laptop.
It's all right. I've got a MacBook alongside me that I've had since 2017 that is now not turning on at all. So I did very well to get this new one. Confirmed.
Did
Ryan.
Megan touch it in the past 365 working days? Oh, Matthew's gone.
I can't remember. No, it just blew up in Australia. It couldn't handle the craziness before the race started. Must admit, this new laptop streaming capabilities has been very, very well done. We were able to do MotoGP Sprint, Moto3. It's been great, actually.
Shall I make you jealous?
What?
I have ice cream in hand.
I've had 3 cornettos today. You cannot make me jealous.
This is arguably better.
Why? What is it? Oh, it's hug. Oh, it's that salted caramel.
Yes.
Yuck! Can't eat that. I'm allergic.
What? What was that?
Get out.
JT is eating
Salted caramel?
Yeah.
You allergic to salt?
No, it's weird. Right, salted caramel. Right, salt, I'm fine with. Caramel, I'm fine with. Salted caramel together, it makes me sneeze every time. No idea why. It's the only thing that makes me sneeze. And I'm allergic to ginger as well. I'm very, very allergic to ginger. It brings me out in hives.
Okay.
Well, I'm allergic. You go first.
Time for me to go downstairs and get my Ben & Jerry's cookie dough then.
Why has that got ginger in it?
Oh, cookie dough's so good.
No, if you apparently due to the wild worlds of merging multiple things together makes you allergic, cookie dough definitely does not have ginger in it.
Yeah, it's weird. Salted caramel makes me sneeze. Normal caramel, fine. Salt, fine. Put it together, it makes me sneeze.
Ow. I think I know what this year's Christmas present for JB is.
Salted caramel sweets.
A gingerbread house.
Gingerbread. Do you know
with caramel, with salted caramel.
To be fair, you could stick the house together with salted caramel. It could be the ultimate death trap for JB. How did he die? Gingerbread house with salted caramel. So there's 2 pit roads here at Bristol, on either side of the circuit. In separate, you can enter either side in a green flag, but under yellow, you must enter turn 3 and car at the exit of turn 4. So I'll do a whole lap on the infield of the pit lane. Let's go down then and join Fox Sports as we gear up for our first pit stops of the day in our first caution.
Distance, that's how they measure whether or not you're speeding in each one of those sections. And it's all done by computer. There's no human element involved.
Nope. Used to have the old stopwatches sitting up in the NASCAR officiating booth, and they decided if you were going to get a penalty or not. Today, not the case.
Darned if they didn't always call Rusty Wallace his name. Well, often. More often than most, let's say. All right, here are our pit crew rankings coming into this 9th race of the season, with Bubba Wallace's team at the top, led by Charles Denike, and Denny Hamlin's team right there, led by Chris Gale. Last year's best team, Christopher Bell's, in 8th place right now, according to our rankings.
Well, it was on full display last week in Darlington, and Denny Hamlin said in a pre-race, all the praise goes to that team effort and that pit crew.
All right, here come the lead lap cars to pit road. Regan.
Carson Hocevar in the 77 car. Very good start to the race. A little bit too tight with the front of the race car, but he can't afford to have it any looser. They did have the reins pulled back on him pretty much the entire run right there. In the 7 car of Justin Haley, just a little bit too free with the right rear right now. Not sure what to tell him otherwise. He likes it. They were being conservative in terms of adjustments. They're going to leave it alone for this next run. Jamie?
And around on the front stretch, Denny Hamlin in the 11 comes in second. He said, I'm a little tight center, but that's all I've got so far on this first run. Meanwhile, the 5, Kyle Larson started off tight, then it freed up a bit. Cliff Daniels said, what do you need? He said, I really don't know. I don't know what to expect and how it's going to change. So no adjustments for the 5.
Now, why was there such a big gap between cars along pit road? Because there were a lot of lapped cars. There were 3 between Larson and Hamlin, and there were 6 between Hamlin and Haley. And you can't close up when you all have to enter at pit road speed. Kyle Larson led most every lap of stage 1 to win it. Alex Bowman led the rest.
Pit stops galore as Ryan Preece is the free pass, and he'll get ready to go back out there now as well. Oh, so that's why Alex Ritten's retired from the race. He got hit by a stone as well, and yeah, it hurt him. It was right in his own arm. I'm being told that all the technical difficulties today were due to the heat.
Can someone give Jorge Martin an actual break, please?
You see the crash?
Have you seen the update about him?
CT scan with a hemothorax, yeah, and let me tell you, someone who's had one, that's fucking... Nope, sorry. That's awful. Sorry. My apologies. But it emphasises just how painful it was, that even the memory of it was traumatic. Not nice, let me tell you, sitting in hospital, wheezing and feeling like your chest is
I'll be back.
out
I'm
of
just
it.
going to go to the clip booth.
Do not clip that. That is getting edited out. I'm going to put Marco in. I'm going to edit that out of the live broadcast. I'm not getting done by $10,000. No, but seriously...
it isn't an FIA series.
That's true, I'm fine. No, but seriously...
I'm on the phone to Mohammed right now.
No, it's just the pain. Has any of you ever had it? No?
What's that, Mohammed?
No.
You're making Red Bull the fastest car next 5 races.
Oh dear. No, the pain that you have with a hemothorax it's unbelievable. And I was sat there in hospital, and you sort of balloon slightly, and you breathe in, and it's so tricky, and it hurts a
I'm
lot.
lucky that I don't know what that feels like, because I've never had well, the most serious injury I've had is a very deep cut I got on my leg, because I have an amazing idea. I thought I should jump from this bench to another bench.
Oh.
It didn't work out so well.
To be fair, the amount of times I've nearly died is quite alarming. But they're quite interesting and weird at the same time. We've gone to caution. We may as well do JB's death count.
I shall do JT's death count after this.
All right, I'll go into camera. Number 1 nearly fell off a speedboat in Bridlington. Or was it Scarborough? It could have been Scarborough. I can't. No, I think it was Bridlington. Which one's got the dock, JT? In the harbour, he goes out to the sea.
Scarborough's got a massive harbour.
Marina, that's the harbour. Yeah, it says Scarborough then. Nearly fell off a speedboat in Scarborough. I nearly died with the haemothorax stuff because Megan jumped on my back when she was younger. Oh, it was about actually about 10 years ago. Actually, she jumped on my back when I was bent over. I was on the bed. I was bent over the side of it, and Megan came in and she jumped on my back like a jump to hug, and I had to get taken to hospital. 2 broken ribs and a haemothorax. Not nice. And then the third time, obviously, was the tooth, sepsis stuff last year. So that's about 3 I can list off. And of that, I think the coolest was dying on a speedboat nearly. And we were on choppy waters, and I nearly fell out. Matthew, what have you got?
Oh, nothing. Nothing as it pertains to this. McElroy is in the trees off the 7th tee.
Oh no! I've got to catch up with the golf.
I don't.
Well, Matthew, do you have a close death count after the golf?
Well,
I have one. Nearly died from boredom nearly died from boredom during the Pit Series Championship race.
How about this? Yes, the other day, my kitchen caught fire thanks to an overheating oven and a gas leak. My house nearly exploded. JT, what have you... I nearly die a lot thinking about it. It's really scary.
Yeah, JT, can you stop nearly dying, please?
JT, what have you got for us? How's your death count?
I am only counting motorsport-related incidents.
All right, if you say a Porsche came flying towards you, you can't keep telling that story.
I'm imagining it right now.
Go on,
okay, so my first near-death experience was when a Porsche came flying at me into the cat's fencing in front of me at around 100 miles per hour. My second near-death experience was when a 5.5-ton racing truck went into the barrier right in front of me and flew gravel all in my face at 50 miles per hour. My third near-death racing experience was when I had a tyre explode and the tyre carcass went up 15 feet in the air, and I had to physically move out the way of it coming back down.
Jeez.
And the fourth one was that I can remember was today, where I had that tyre explode in front of me with the rim kicking up all of the dirt and the tyre rubber straight into my face. Choose is happening, which must mean because we're on a very, very baby oval. It's 2 to go. Speed and penalties for Kyle Busch in a number that I cannot see because someone has decided to put the Premier Sports logo right over it.
It's the
well,
88.
That's Shane Van Gisbergen, and also there's a pit road penalty to Austin Cindric for pitting outside of the box.
Matthew, I got stage 1. You get stage 2.
Okay. I think that personally NASCAR just hates people with the number 8 in their car.
Watch out, Bowman! Go on, Matthew.
Matthew.
Green flag.
Are we going to get it's time to drop the hammer?
Probably not. Corvette pace car pulls off. It's Larson on the outside of row 1, the control. He takes off, gets a great restart, and he will take the whole shot to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. And the fight is behind him for second. Not much of a fight. Justin Haley motors right around Denny Hamlin to take over second. Now Hamlin's locked in a battle with Ty Gibbs.
Good restart. Everyone keeping through clearly. Hocevar's going to take that high line approach alongside Gibbs, as you mentioned, Matthew. Haley going down low. Watch out for where we're going to see that of Joey Logano. Still a lap down. Austin Cindric now the last one lapped down. So he's banking on an early caution to get back onto the lead lap. Meantime, low and high line. 7 and 77 battling together. 11's just behind him. So we're nearly going to have 7-11, everybody. And I could do with a smoothie.
Well, that's Haley up to second, passing Hocevar. Hamlin now works his way alongside Hocevar, who diamonds the corner, comes down, nearly runs into Alex Bowman. Behind them, Christopher Bell slips and slithers his way around Ty Gibbs, so that puts Bell up to 6th. But what a great showing from these Spire Chevrolets here early with Haley and Hocevar 2nd and 4th at the start of this stage.
And there we see again the 21 coming around the outside lines to Josh Berry, trying to get that slipstream in. Brad Keselowski on the low line, a little kiss coming into turn number 3 and 4. Now we ride with Chase Elliott behind.
And by the way, if you go onto X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Alan Cavana is working the pits for the Performance Racing Network. Wow, as Chase Elliott punches Brad Keselowski in the bumper cover and then does so again in turn 1. This is a lot of traffic. But yeah, if you look up Alan Cavana on Twitter, he's working pit road on radio. He's just taken a picture and posted Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s tires. Not a lot of wear going on pit road. That's the report from just about everyone on pit road, that the tires all look good.
Going back quickly to 7-11. Matthew, am I correct in saying that it was Bring Your Own Cup weekend this weekend?
It may have been, I don't know.
Just to have a further update for you on Jorge Martin in the MotoGP Championship. Now gone up from a hemothorax to a collapsed lung itself.
That's what I thought would happen.
Yeah, so he's out for a while.
Who did win that race? The Formula or the MotoGP race?
Yes.
It's Marc Marquez.
Makes one gas.
Oh, it was Marquez. Very good. That's a point for me. And pick a winner. I also and I got another one with Piastri. My goodness. I don't know what Brody Kostecki's done. And I've also got Hamlin and Palou.
2 wins.
My goodness. I need to get on with it. Now, Sponsor 19 done to the back of the 47. Kiss. He's kissing the Sunny D.
Yeah. There it is. The bump and run. The Bristol move.
I don't think fish and orange juice go together.
You know what? I don't think I've actually tried it.
That reminds me of that Smithers line from The Simpsons, which I can't say out of context on YouTube, but go Google onto YouTube right now if you're listening and watching. The Simpsons, Smithers, Sailor's line, and you'll find it. It was about having a woman on a ship with men who are at sea. And he said that he doesn't think that women and men who are at sea mix. And given the joke of what Smithers' orientation is, you can probably guess how that line goes.
JB, just stop. Thank you.
It works.
I'm going to send you a photo of how Prescott Cables FC announced their attendance this weekend.
Was it with a drone camera show? That would be nice.
I'm sending it to you now.
My left hand is tingling a bit. I think I've been commentating too long. Oh, on my right hand as well.
Check your DMs, JB.
Just a confirmation to you as well that this race is 500 laps long. We're not even halfway. 160 with 340 to go.
I'll say the good news, if you're looking for a quick race, which, I mean, again, we would either like it to be incredibly exciting or just quick. Kyle Larson set the all-time Bristol race record here last September at just over 101 miles an hour. The race was done in 2 hours and 37 minutes.
I've just seen JT's message. And okay. Currently, well, we had 10,000 viewers on the MotoGP stream earlier on, so for God's sake, I've been non-stop.
Easy.
Okay. Honestly, there's no soul there either. Adam's back. Says, hey boys, it's Bristol, baby. It really, it's Bristol time. It's a great race as well. saying that.
Yeah. Bristol used to be the can't-miss ticket in NASCAR, and then when they did reprofile the banking, it changed it drastically, and now it's just so different from what it used to be. And I mean, you would hear the stories, and these were not made-up stories, but you would hear the stories back in the late 90s and early 2000s. There were wait lists to get a ticket for a Bristol Cup race, and I mean, we're talking 2, 3, maybe even 4 years of a wait list. And then when they reprofiled the banking here, it's just changed it. And I gotta be honest, I don't love saying it, but you look around this racetrack today, there's a lot of empty seats around this Coliseum.
Would they return it to how it was? Or would they put it back?
I don't think so. Not from what I've been hearing. I think they very much like having a track that has now 3 different grooves, and it does have 3 different grooves, but the difference is, or I guess the crook in all of it is that the 3 grooves are not the same, do not race the same at the same time of the race. It goes from the bottom is advantageous to the top, then the middle, but you never have the 3 grooves working together at the same time, and that's where we get some dull races. That race last September was as dull of a Bristol race as I can ever remember.
Yeah, and I was left solo, and that was an interesting film night, I can tell you right now. We had track camera though then, and they've taken the track camera down. That's what this coverage was supposed to be this weekend. I was commentating with you guys actually getting to watch the race itself with the webcam, but it's not available. They've taken it down for this weekend. They'll be back afterwards. I think it'll be back for the race later on in the year, though. That's what I got told when I messaged and asked. When do we go to Texas?
That's not far away. That should be in May, right? Yeah, it's the first weekend of May.
Oh, fab. Well, I'll be there for that one. And we get a track cam. So finally, we actually get to have a look at it.
Something interesting to say.
Go on.
NASCAR's Ben Kennedy, he won a truck race, by the way, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
He is at Long Beach today.
Is he?
Seeing how IndyCar run their things.
And he wants to go to Long Beach to find out how they run an IndyCar race. Is he mad?
Probably, yeah.
Long Beach is the dullest race of the year. It's the most beautiful, but it's the dullest.
All of the McLarens, by the way, in that race coming up, they have put a John Edwards sticker on all of the McLarens because, of course, of how closely he's worked with McLaren the last couple of years with their teamwork with Hendrick Motorsports.
Also, add to that more, can I just talk about how depressed I was after qualifying? We were looking good at this McLaren, we were looking good, going to probably get 2 cars in. Then Lungard decides he is going to lose all his talent and hit the wall and kill all 3 of us, and we got the cautions out for, I think, SVG.
SVG's got around Matthew, and he's just a spin. He should be okay. Oh, a little bit of flame, but that's okay.
He had just gotten lapped for a second time by the leader, Kyle Larson. It has been a nightmare weekend for all of Trackhouse. And that is our first caution for incident coming on lap 178. As that happened right in front of Denny Hamlin, too, who was running 3rd. And let's see what happened. He was running with, I believe that's... Who is that? That Noah Gregson, I can't quite tell.
51.
No, it's Cody Ware.
Cody Ware.
Oh, how close was Hamlin to powering in there? Switch on board. Yeah, look, that was looking not to cause a bigger accident, to be fair, as the now get the yellow on our timing screens finally syncing up. So, yeah, not too bad, but out we go again. SVG will get new tyres. Caution's out then for the first official time today, 2nd time in total. But, Larry McReynolds, I think, has got some news for us.
It's not that huge. We only have to go to lap 250 to end this stage, so probably you're looking at about 65 laps. To me, it looks like a track position race.
100%.
Want that track?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. the lack of tire wear, I don't see anyone coming down pit road here. If you're in the top 10 or dozen, I would not come down pit road right here because the tires are just not wearing.
Right. Well, this race is just getting bizarre. JT, when are you leaving us?
Soon.
Yes, I thought so. We're banishing him to the hells of Long Beach.
I've just found a new website which has so much info and I'm getting it all up.
Out of context. That's what I'm saying, out of context.
There was a new out of context video posted on our YouTube channel this week.
We heard it. Is
that number 2 or number 3?
There's a third one out.
That was number 2. Yes.
We were laughing.
I already sent I've already sent another one.
Yes.
Number 3, JB.
Oh God.
Oh, believe me, the collection of audio clips for number 3 is already growing. We're already up to 8 clips for that one.
So,
do any involve me?
I don't know at the current moment.
Right, JT, do you know what we should do? To make it easier on ourselves, despite the fact we have 46 different streams this weekend, we should go through and do a monthly blooper clip reel and then upload that onto the channel.
Agreed.
And then we'll have our blooper reel for the end of the year monster show.
JB says the F word live.
Oh, we do have some coming to pit road. Ryan Blaney is in on the backstretch pit road.
Well, and folks are going to commercial break.
Of course they are. It used to be just fatal to have to pit on the backstretch here at Bristol. For the long time, you could not win if you were pitting on the backstretch at Bristol. The first one to do it was Davey Allison in 1991. Dale Earnhardt did it, and the third driver to do it was actually Elliott Sadler in 2001 when he won his first ever race.
It's a tricky circuit.
Now it's not that much of a disadvantage anymore, the way that that they have cleaned up the process of cautions and pit stops under yellow here.
Yeah, on the inside, you've got to loop the whole pit lane together, which is what we're seeing now, with Elliott looking like he's got caught up with some things.
By the way, Shane Van Gisbergen has reported that the steering is broken. He is back on the track, but he's 5 laps down.
Might go BTW then, as Gilliland gets some new tyres and a new windscreen cover. It's teared off. Was I right in what I heard about a prescription windscreen, or was that just an April Fool's joke?
I did not hear that. By the way, for those of you listening on USRN, I want to remind you that the Grand Prix of Long Beach coming up in just a matter of moments on USRN2. We are 183 laps into the Food City 500. Kyle Larson, Justin Haley, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, the top 5. And this is a big week on USRN. We've got the NBA play-in tournament getting underway on Tuesday. The playoffs proper in the NBA start on Saturday, so too do the Stanley Cup playoffs starting on Saturday. And of course, on that same day, we'll have the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Rockingham. So it's a big week on the network. In fact, some of those play-in games have been locked in. Tuesday night, we'll have the Hawks and the Magic in the 7-8 game in the East. And then the 9-10 game in the East Wednesday is Miami at Chicago. But we'll have all of the play-in action for you this week.
And on Tuesday on JB Motorsports, you can join us at Donington Park. We're going to be trackside media day. So many members of the team going to that one as well. Myself, JT, Tom's going as well. We're going to have also Last Lap Lucy joining us, and Owen Balderow from eSport World as well. And Loose Tyre, Matthew down pit road.
Oh boy. Does that come from John Hunter Nimitz? Oh my, and it hit one of Daniel Suarez's pit members there, didn't it? Oh,
That is.
oh gosh.
Earned that, to be fair to him.
Free tire. Free tire. Free to a good
Was that
home.
John Hunter Nemechek it came off, I believe?
Yes, I think so. He's got me down pit
that-
road for a penalty, yeah.
Yeah, I was just ask that.
That'll be a 2-lap penalty. And there will be pit crew members at some point this week that'll be suspended for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. That is. To be fair, now, is that 2 weeks or just 2 races? Because it's week on week, so they get next week off anyway. So would it just be now just the one event they'll miss?
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. It will be 2 races.
Yeah. I just thought for a second as well, because next weekend is our week off. I love how you were mentioning, Matthew, about the 3 different lines here. On board with the Toyota here, I can't tell who we're on board with, but 3 different lines of tape on the steering wheel for those 3 different lines. Okay, this is interesting to see how we still basically have the 6 lug nuts, don't we, underneath the tyre wheel, but they're connected by 1 central nut. And those 6 lug nuts go into multiple holes around the tyre.
Right, correct. So that is just the single lug that tightens the whole wheel on.
But we still have the 6 lugs underneath. Okay, that's kind of cool. Didn't notice that before.
Hello, goodbye.
All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Get lost.
Bye-bye, Josh.
Go to IndyCar.
Fine.
Go to IndyCar. Go suffer for 2 hours at a track with no overtaking. We had no green flag overtaking last year at Long Beach. Go suffer. To be fair, last year it clashed with Talladega. This year it's clashed with Bristol.
It did.
Sorry, say that again, JB. You cut out.
I chose the
You
wrong.
did cut out.
I chose the wrong championship last year to cover. I covered IndyCar last year instead of Talladega. I should have called Talladega. And it was my birthday as well, so I felt like I kind of shot myself in the foot.
Anyway, goodbye.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Right, we're on with our cameras. That's better. Hello. For some reason, I've been told to find the perfect emoji on my Discord call. Into the Geico Park Eco Park restart zone now. And we're restarting. Green lights, green flags here at Bristol. Larson and Hamlin together. And Larson on the high line sweeps it in and cuts down low. Hamlin just settles in for second. Matthew, it's the battle behind between Haley, Bowman and Hocevar that's getting the action.
Now, Hamlin's gotten clear on this restart, unlike the last one, but he's just come up in front of Justin Haley in turn 4, and it's left a lane open for Bowman to try to exploit it on the bottom, so Bowman gets around Haley, tries to pressurize Hamlin now. Christopher Bell joins this battle as Bowman slides up out of turn 4, has to bail out of the throttle. Hamlin will take it to the top of 1 and 2. Bowman motors to his inside, got a great bite out of the corner, and Bowman has taken the second position away, so the Hendrick Motorsports cars line up first and second. Then it's Joe Gibbs Toyota's third and fourth with Hamlin and Christopher Bell.
Hocevar battling with Briscoe. They were rubbing wings again coming into turn 2 and now into 3 and 4. They've just kept it together. Gibbs now losing out. Highline starting to rubber in, and that's where we're going to see the action as they once again under pressure. And that high line, here's the 3 lines we were on about, Matthew. They're all racing together, and the 16 carting out everybody.
Yeah, AJ Allmendinger got very loose out of turn 2, really stacked up the drivers behind him. Ryan Blaney and William Byron both go around him on opposite sides, and then Allmendinger gave a bump to Byron going into turn 1. Byron skates up the banking. Josh Berry now joins the battle.
Jack, this is a good restart, but there's a lot of action, a lot of drama. What were you going to say?
I was just saying oof because I thought I thought Blaney was going to make some contact there. That's all.
It was very close to being run into it. Blaney's running in 10th place. We're watching Hocevar, who's in 7th, just ahead of Ty Gibbs. Now,
Hello.
what are you doing back?
I have vital information.
What?
Omi is sat down and I'm sending proof in your DMs.
Wow! For those of you who don't know, Omi famously stands up all the time. It's been 24-hour racing and he's stood up the whole 24 hours. Even I've sat down in that time. I like to stand in the commentary, but if there's a yellow out or anything, I'll just take a little seat down, hold that, you know, rest the legs. Obi sat down, that's a new one. Anyway, Matthew, back to the action with there is Blaney coming in.
Now, Blaney, who was on his way to victory at Darlington last week when he took the lead with, 3-4 laps to go, and a caution came out. As here's Darrell Wallace Jr. right around the outside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This is going on at the 14th position. Stenhouse wrapping the bottom, comes up out of turn 2. Wallace able to sharpen the elbows to hold on to that position. Just behind them, a side-by-side battle between a pair of Chevrolets, Austin Dillon and Chase Elliott.
This is already a much better approach. I'm going to expect to see Austin Dillon let this one go. Elliott's got the better line. Much more faster approach coming his way as well as they... Yeah, he's let him go. That's good. Elliott had better power. Which line is the best at the moment, Matthew? I think low line still.
I think when you're trying to pass, I think the middle lane is probably the best right now. But when you're in clean air like Larson and Bowman is right now, when you're not in a battle, they are still wrapping the bottom. They're using that PJ1 compound, sticking it in the slot of that compound, and wrapping the bottom. But yeah, I think when you're trying to make passes, I think it's probably better to take it up the banking a little bit to try to get the drive off the banking down the straightaway. And of course, the straightaways here are so short, just 600 feet.
Yeah. There is Denny Hamlin running in 3rd position. The field now pretty much loosened up together, and the single files approach. It's literally, what are we at now? Lap 200 of 500. There is... How many laps to go this stage? I can't tell with none of my monitors showing me that bit of information. That's handy, isn't it?
45.
Thank you. Yes, of course. Yes, we go to 250. I need to work that out on my monitors. There is Stenhouse Jr. Happy now. in Sunny D. And Napa just behind him. I'm going to be seeing a lot of Napa on Tuesday. The... Napa cars as well coming in the British Touring Car Championship. I'm so looking forward to it. Live all day as well.
Okay, one quick thing.
That's really exciting. I can't wait. When will the first stream be on? Because I'll be at work. I'll try to listen in.
It is one stream all day.
Wow.
All day trackside.
Wow.
It starts.
I can't say I'll be watching, but I'll be listening.
It'll start at 10 a.m. our time, Matthew. So that is...
Oh, goodness. That's
5 a.m.
over here.
Yeah, over stateside.
I won't be listening at that time.
It's live until 5:30 p.m. So we're on air for 7.5 hours.
That's very exciting.
Okay, so...
I really wish we could do the same thing down here. Once upon a time, there would be a NASCAR, back when Winston was the sponsor of the Cup Series, there was the NASCAR Winston Cup season preview show, and it was right here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I would go every year as a kid, and they stopped that in about 2007-ish. Oh, gosh, they need to bring that back. But yes, I would love to do something like that, but they don't have it anymore.
To be honest, I was thinking we should really try and get over and do the Clash at Bowman Gray next year. Or they have to, and bring you in and do trackside live. That'd be brilliant. And that's Balicki, who is 16 laps down. Now finally is he pushed behind the wall? Well, there's no wall here. It's the infield section.
That's a shame for the road racing instructor from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that'd be fun though if we could do NASCAR trackside live, because it's so easy. We just go to the highest point, plop the camera down, and then there's our coverage for the race. Easy. I feel like if I was to cover NASCAR like we do tracks, obviously road courses would be incredibly difficult to do as we get last lap in the field, but short tracks would be king, because it's literally just go to the highest point, pop a camera down there, or just get a booth. Super speedways, you know, your Daytonas, your Indies, the longer circuits have people in each turn with cameras. So we'd have like a 4-screen, like you've got right now the timing tower alongside us, and you've got mine and Matthew's camera. You'd have a camera in each turn, basically. So you go 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. We'll put it in the oval shape, and we'll go around the circuit with the cameras. So there is ways I'd do it, and I just wish we could get the opportunity to do it, because that would be so much fun.
Yeah, it really would be. Ryan Blaney just took 9th away from Tyler Reddick, and you've got Chase Elliott and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. dueling here just outside the top 10. We are closing in on halfway, lap 217 of 500. Speed is just over 2 seconds now on Alex Bowman.
Also, forget even trying to do the race at Chicago. We have not got. We may have a big team, but I think that would be too many with the amount of corners they got there.
No, yeah, we couldn't do that. Couldn't do Road America.
No.
Which isn't
we can do Road America because they
Ooh.
have webcams.
Oh, of course.
When we get there for IndyCar, our coverage is going to look very different. I think JT's working on like something, having a flip between all of them as they go around the circuit, and then a big battle screen during the races.
It's a shame NASCAR doesn't go to Road America anymore. They filled that place every time NASCAR came, whether it was Cup or Xfinity. There are fans everywhere, and they just scrapped it for Chicago.
Chicago's fun, but poor. It worked as a one-off, but every time we go there, we're fighting the rain and we're fighting the light. Why?
Right, exactly.
It was the 42 where it came off. So you were correct. We don't have to check. Yeah, why do we even bother?
The good news on Chicago this year is that because it's on TNT this year and not NBC, they've moved the start time up to 2 o'clock. That's 1 o'clock local. So I mean, we're actually starting that race 2.5 hours earlier this year than we have.
I mean, NBC were just idiots with that. They really didn't really
Yeah, I have no idea why they decided to. I think the first year, didn't it start at 5, and the second year it was 4:30.
And because they knew the rain was coming in as well, and the light. But the thing is, host it at that time. You don't need to be. To be honest with you don't need to be a weatherman to do that race. You just need to know your time zones and know when the sun sets. You're not going to fit a 3.5-hour race in that time. If we're going an hour and 16 right now, we're not even at halfway yet. We're closing in on it at the end of stage 2. But we're going to be here for another at least, hour 30. It's a 3-hour race. It's mad.
Yeah, the good news about all of that this year, our guy Matt White can finally do a Chicago race, because he's wanted to do the first 2, but it's been so late. So he'll get to do the Chicago race this year with us, and he will undoubtedly be wishing upon a star that he can call an SVG victory.
Now, do you want me to try something and try and screen share the IndyCar race alongside the NASCAR race? So we can watch it as well.
I will leave that up to you.
I will give it a go. I shall give it a go. I'll see if it's possible. It means I'll lose the timing screen, but we've all got it. I am checking. We are checking. Sorry. That's my fault. If you heard that. Let me just stop the screen share and start the screen share. Make selection. Ooh. And clip this. Can you see it, guys?
Oh, let me have a look.
Is that working?
Yeah, I can see that.
Is it showing Indianapolis or the track?
No, NASCAR.
Oh, wait a minute.
You know you can share specific tabs.
I'm trying. Change stream.
Oh, no, I've got IndyCar on my TV next to me anyway, I don't need to see it.
I think I know what's wrong. Hang on, I'm trying to fix it. I'm being foolish with technology right now.
That's me every day. While JB tries to figure that out, I will tell you Christopher Bell is really on the move. He just powered around Carson Hocevar to take 4th. Now he's going after his teammate Denny Hamlin, and Bell is really using the top of the banking. He's just done that here in 3 and 4. Gets him alongside Hamlin. And Jack, I really like how that 20 car is looking as he's moved up into 3rd now.
Yeah, looking very quick, Bell. Bell and Hamlin been carrying that JGR fleet so far this season. Have 5 wins between them. Hamlin has a small chance at making it. Bell, but they have a chance at making it 6 wins between them. It'd be pretty impressive. Bell is, as NASCAR Chasm said, he is no longer under the radar. He is the radar.
Is that right?
Very good.
Is that working for you? Can you see it? I have two. I've got the. I've
Yep.
done. Yes, there we go. I have done a thing.
Oh yeah.
I have done a thing for people.
I will say too, speaking of Joe Gibbs Racing, all 4 of the JGR cars are in the top 10 right now.
Oh.
Bell 3rd, Hamlin 5th, Gibbs 7th, Briscoe 8th.
Yeah, I've done. All I've done is I've moved my timing screen, and now I'm starting to think, did I really need to do that? I'm being a bit of an idiot myself.
But by the way, let me just say, I'm just impressed that your DD12 stream there is as clear as it is, because anytime we use DD12, oh my goodness, it was just the worst quality of picture.
Is that still okay for you, lot? Is that? Can you still see it? Lovely, lovely. Matthew, all I'm going to say to that is 1,697 pounds worth of MacBook technology.
I bet that does make a difference.
I hope so, because it's running right now. It's running YouTube, it's running DD12, it's running Discord, it's running NASCAR, it's running a timing screen.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to not have to use that again.
DD12, yeah.
Yeah, because that created a mess when it went down right at the end of the Talladega race last fall in overtime and all.
Yep, same here.
That was a mess.
Back to the action now we fixed that mess. We've still got Larson leading. Is it going to be a Larson domination again? What is happening to Bristol? Well, you know we talked about it in stage 1, but we were promised tyre degradation, and right now it's just tyre saving.
Yeah, the tire deg has just not happened because it has warmed up over from what it's been this weekend. So we're not getting the tire wear that we got last year. And, I mean, listen, we've come here many times in the past and guys have dominated, but we've still had entertaining races. But between what happened last September and what's happening today, you've got one guy dominating. Not much entertainment is happening behind him either.
So what you're saying is the Stage 2 podcast is back.
And it might be a Stage 3 podcast today.
Oh, 250 laps of this. I don't think I can take it. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Ooh, but Larson has been taken way up the track there by the lapped car of Riley Herbst.
I will pay him £1 million if he gives us a dip right now. I don't have
How's
a million.
out right now to Carson Hocevar quickly, running in 4th place.
Yeah, I must admit that's impressive.
And I don't particularly know why Riley is fighting Larson as much as he is, because Riley's already 2 laps down. So it's not like he's fighting to stay on the lead lap here. So I'm sure Larson's a bit annoyed by that.
He doesn't get to battle people very often.
That's true. But yeah, you are right. A big shout out to really that whole Spire team. You've got Hocevar 4th. You've got Haley 6th. Michael McDowell's had a rough go of it. He's, 3 laps down in 36th. But you've got 2 Spire cars in the top 10, running right with the Hendrick cars and the Gibbs cars.
Checkered flag. Stage 2 complete. And both of them have been won by Kyle Larson. Well, that was predictable.
His 4th stage win of the year.
We'll add that Spire are getting a lot more manufacturer support this year.
Yeah, they are, and they knew that was coming too. That's why they made the move to put Rodney Childers over there at that 7 car, because they knew the help was coming.
And I will add to that basically Chevy, I think, wants to turn them into essentially a mini Hendrick.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, of course
I'd do that.
And they've got such a great lineup with the 2 young guys in Haley and Hocevar, and then the veteran McDowell. It's a really good lineup.
If you will indulge me. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, Larson in a double.
Doesn't work.
Larson on a prayer. What is going on? I have actually just realised that I haven't seen it yet, but because we get Fox coverage in the UK, but we get the international feed, which right now has been really poor. But their intro to the race is vaguely similar to ours, and that's making me quite alarmed. We killed it with the intros this year for NASCAR and IndyCar. I love them both. Right, caution's out. I should have streamed the golf for you, Matthew.
I do have it up on the second screen. And McElroy has rebounded off that tough start, and he has now grown his lead to 3 shots on Bryson DeChambeau, and Ludwig Oberg and Justin Rose are now even with DeChambeau at 9 under, 3 back. The leaders, McElroy and DeChambeau, are playing the 9th. The old saying, it doesn't begin, the Masters does not begin until the back 9 on Sunday. Well, we're just about there.
Yes, I don't think I could commentate on golf. We'd probably get kicked off the course.
You don't think that you could... McElroy lines up the birdie putt at 9.
Swings!
12 feet away. And he pours it in off the front lip. McElroy goes to 13 under. He's 4 ahead with 9 holes to play.
Is this on JB ASMR right now? Like...
we're doing the stage break.
Oh goodness, you don't think you could do that?
No, I don't think I've got the vocal cords. It's like I once got told that I couldn't go and watch the snooker. My breathing, they said my breathing was too loud, so I couldn't.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently even me breathing sounds like a V10 Formula 1 car, so. That's aggressive.
Really big piece of history if Rory does win it. He's been at this for many years to try to win this green jacket, and if he does win it, he'll the 6th to ever win the career Grand Slam.
Now,
if he can pull it off.
I've got a question for you. Oh, okay. I'm just reading a tweet from Multiviewer. I've got a question for you. Is it me, or does the font and graphics of IndyCar on Fox remind you of the IndyCar and NASCAR days when it was on ESPN? And that sort of the black, red, and white font styles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you've gotten that from, yes.
I was just watching it there, and I thought that's why. And I thought at the time, good for the time, but very much of its decade, it looks out of place these days. That's what's wrong with it. It looks too basic.
I can see where you're coming from on that.
It's like it's giving off 2000 vibes. I don't know. I still don't know about Will Buxton in the main seat though.
Oh my goodness, I don't either. I was watching practice on Friday, and oh my good God, I'm sure you guys are very aware of this with him. I'm not so much, especially in commentary, because I only knew him from when he was at Speed and NBC at the track for Formula One. But oh my good God, it takes him half an hour to get to the end of a sentence.
We say the same thing about Jack.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh dear, that was all him, no, not me.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned for Will going into next month.
Yeah, the big one of the month of May.
I'm going to have a bunch of people watching next month. Ooh, I don't know if they're going to like him or not.
If not, Alan Beswick, stand by. Come home. Now, JT's gone live on JB Motorsports and USON2. And I don't know if I've got the heart to tell him. They've moved the green flag time.
Oh, have they really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's top of the hour now.
Oh my god.
We were supposed to go.
Why have they done that?
I think pre-race ceremony is taking a little bit longer. There's something wrong on the start line. So it was supposed to be at 21:47. Let's go down quickly down pit road.
As the cars have moved up the racetrack, and the 20 car, Christopher Bell, who's going to come around the screen all the way to the turn 4 pit stalls, just a little bit tight in 1 and 2. It freed up as he went along. The brake shake got better, and they are going to stop him short so he can get around the one of Ross Chastain. Jamie?
Well, Larry mentioned that Kyle Larson has a brand new pit crew. That was official last week at Darlington, but they crashed so early, didn't get many reps together. So far, so good today. Kyle saying the car is fine, just a little tighter there, but we're close, and the car is consistent. Meanwhile, the 48, a couple of complaints there, don't have great front turn is what he said. Also wants a little more right rear security in that car.
Kyle Larson retains the lead from Alex Bowman. Denny Hamlin comes out third.
Kevin, we both saw it. The 20 car really took off out of his box fast, and I saw him.
Yeah, I thought so. I was looking at it, and it's gone 3 wide. So Larson, Bell, Gibbs, and then the 77 comes in as well. Okay, so it was change around.
Would be concerned if Bell may get caught for speeding here. We'll see.
Yeah. We're seeing an advert for America's Most Wanted. Is Millhouse on it? I'm not watching unless Millhouse is there. Ryan Priest now leads the race. Crazy days. When does baseball come back? I've been told Saturday 4 Eastern.
Yeah, baseball season got started at the end of March. And actually, later this year, there will be a Major League Baseball game played inside the Bristol Motor Speedway. The Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves in the Speedway Classic. That's why Johnny Bench gave the command for gentlemen, start your engines today. The Reds legend. So, can't wait for that. We're gonna get you on baseball for that game, JB. You're gonna do.
I could give it a go. I've always wanted to give baseball a call. I'm fascinated by it.
Did you play the organ, JB? Am I the only person, by the way, that thinks that organs are incredibly annoying?
No, but I tell you one thing. I hope, I don't know if either of you are going to know this, because I think, Jack, you might be too young, and Matthew, you're American. But we had a guy called Paul O'Grady.
Heard the name,
You've heard the name, right. Okay, Paul O'Grady. He used to host this show called Blankety Blank, and he was famously a cross-dresser. He played a transvestite called Lily Savage for many a year. And it's such a popular character, and Paul was a lovely guy. So much work for charity, for Dogs Trust as well, Battersea Dogs Home here in the UK, and he was such a lovely, lovely man, and nobody had a bad word to say about him. Paul, literally, it was Paul O'Grady and Cilla Black. I don't know if you ever heard of Cilla Black as well, Matthew.
No.
She was from Liverpool. She used to be hanging around with the Beatles a lot, and she had her own singing career. And she used to host TV shows like Blankety Blank and all that lot, and Date Night as well, which I can't remember. Not Blankety Blank. What she host? Blind Date, and surprise, surprise, it's Cilla here. But no, they were both from. They were both really popular, but. Paul, later in life, had this show on. He started on ITV, then it went to Channel 4, then it went to Channel 5, which is it was on 3 of the big 4 networks here in the UK, and it was called The Paul O'Grady Show, and it used to have a segment in it where he used to play the organ, and the guests on that chat show would have to name that tune he was playing, and I loved it. Literally, it was the weirdest thing. Paul O'Grady had a captures audience of grandmothers and grandkids. Kids watched the Paul O'Grady Show because it was on at 5 o'clock on a weekday afternoon. And everybody at school used to be competing for these little nodding busters, which is a little dog, but nodding buster. And it was fantastic. And he used to play a tune called Play That Organ. Name that tune. Loved it. Honestly, the Paul O'Grady show was amazing. That's a childhood memory for those born between 1999 and 2008. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just glad that we can have a conversation today about people that were born in the 90s, because yesterday I was stuck with Jack and JT, who were born in the 2000s. And, you know I'm old and decrepit, but...
But I know what you mean. It's like, I felt really old the other day. I'm sure you will too when you hear this. This young girl, 17 years old, said, "Oh yeah, this is a CD. This is what they used to listen to music on in the late 1900s." I was like, "Excuse me, little girl, it's a CD compact disc, and it was not the late 1900s. It was 1990s." Yes, it was 30 years ago, that decade, but it is still important. Even 1995 was only 30 years ago. But yeah, it's not that great. We're coming to stage 3. Over to you, Matthew. Oh, whose turn is it?
I don't know.
I think I took the restart, so it's over to you. It's your turn.
Oh dear. Yes. We don't need to be reminded how old we are.
Why are there so many Acuras on the racetrack in Long Beach?
Well, that's the reason we've had to delay, because one of them wouldn't start.
Why?
It's the 50th Grand Prix at Long Beach, so there are 10 gold Acuras.
I was very taken aback when I just heard Jack say Acura.
Yeah.
But boy, that I thought, wow, there's another British one for me. Anyway,
Acura, I got it
here
right.
we come.
Go on, into the restart zone.
Coming to the restart to get stage 3 started at Bristol, and again with the green flag dropping, Kyle Larson takes off, and he is clear to the lead quickly out of turn 2. Alex Bowman going to try to follow him, but Denny Hamlin is to the right elbow of Bowman. They are 2 by 2 from second on back. Hamlin gets the off the top of turn 4, though. He will clear Bowman. Hamlin goes to second now. Let's see if he can attack Larson for the lead. No one's had anything for that 5 car today. Maybe Denny Hamlin can muster up something.
Side by side again. There's Bell just touching the side of the 54 Gibbs. He will move ahead of him, though, as they come into play. Well, this is going to be a different type of kettle of fish today, isn't it, in terms of game plans between them. Now Bell's under attack with the 77 of Hocevar. And just give me a little love tap between each other as they come through and to complete another lap. Lap 20 already of 250. Half the race gone. Half the race to go in stage 3 alone. It's a long, tricky, difficult race.
Oh,
and Bell nearly got loose. That's why he was side by side.
What a save.
Do you know, I'm not commentating on the race of IndyCar, by the way, but I'm looking down at the second screen. You get much better coverage than we do. The international feed sucks this year since Fox took over. And the Sky are complaining massively. I wonder if it's going to be any better when I watch it back later. But I might just take America's broadcast. It looks great. Back to the action, though, here. Blaney alongside Bell now.
On TV right now.
Say again?
They're showing a, whatever it's called.
Google Earth.
A little thing that looks like graphics from Forza Horizon, personally, but
yeah.
digress.
Is that on Sky as well, Jack?
Yes.
Yay, we've got the actual feed! Get in! Ha-ha! Improvements have been made! And that's going to be ahead of the month of May. I'll tell you what. I want a good Indy 500 from Fox, otherwise, you know, statements might be made.
66 done for the day, electrical.
And Josh Bilicki.
That is Josh Bilicki.
Oh well, he was he was about 100 laps down anyway, barring a miracle.
He was gonna win though.
Yeah. Shame. What a shame.
The world needs a Josh Bilicki victory. It needs to happen.
There's only room in this world for one JB.
Ah, thank you. Very good.
Yeah, exactly. Josh Berry.
Jensen Button. Jensen Button. I'll go out. I'll leave it. Jess Ball might be having a go at me in a minute. There's a lot of JBs, actually.
Hamlin trying to stick with Larson here off this restart. It would be very Denny Hamlin-esque of him to just let Larson go out and lead 400 laps and then win it, take it away from him late. But we're still not late. Still have 223 laps to go.
Jorge Martin, who was told not to come back this weekend to further his injury, came back, has now injured himself worse than what he did before. He looks like he's out for the season with this type of injury, by the way. Oh, God. Stupid to come back at this track. Anyway, speaking of tracks, Chase Elliott's trying to take the middle lane and then jump in between the high lane. He can't find out which one's working best for him right now. Come on, just pick a lane and stay there.
Back there with Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski at about 16th.
Okay. Update for Martin. I assume you just saw it.
Yeah.
6 broken ribs.
Oh, 6?
6 broken ribs.
Oh my God! I just saw he was out for the season when he was injured. Oh my God! 6 broken ribs.
And the collapsed lung too.
That might be Martin done in MotoGP. Meantime, here. I don't know.
His tide's quite done.
Yeah. I was just checking it. Okay. So Denny Hamlin, who is now 7 tenths behind Kyle Larson, Hamlin's been told push. So they want the lead. So we might have a little bit of a battle soon here. I think they know because if Larson's out front, it's just going to be that way. By the way, to take this away from JT, the 50th Grand Prix of Long Beach goes green. Matthew, quickly say something about it so we get snap it.
Oh, it's time to drop the hammer at Long Beach.
And while we're on break,
goodness. I'm calling both races.
It's Molly Screen.
3 wide into turn 1. Woo! Alex Palou just avoiding disaster there.
What a great run, actually, as well. Scotty Mack doing okay from the front, but it's the 27 leading as they come through into the back section. Actually, beautiful track conditions out there.
What a
as they come
move.
through. Yeah, and now we're seeing back in. We're doing both. We're doing both, boys.
Yeah, JT, take that one. That's what you get for going to Ringwood.
Oh, sweet move on the inside from Newgarden on the inside of Dixon. That was beautiful. As now we see Blaney passing the 48, and here comes Christopher Bell on the inside, and Byron's there too, here in the NASCAR. Oh, this is getting tasty. They've heard that the IndyCar having overtakes, and suddenly Bristol's gone, oh, right, we better actually go racing. Oh my God,
It's an entertaining racing series.
I don't believe it. We might have a good race at Long Beach, and we're stuck at Bristol.
And here's Justin Haley slipping down the inside of Alex Bowman now. So Bowman backsliding, dropping anchor in that violet number 48 as Haley gets to his inside. That's for the 8th position. That battle there, that's included Byron, Bell, Bowman, and Haley, and Chase Briscoe. And by the way, William Byron is finally starting to move up here. He's up to 6. That's the furthest up we've seen the 24 car all day.
I've had a really comical idea. If we finish before the IndyCar, should I swap to the IndyCar OBS and start calling the IndyCar race at the end of the NASCAR stream?
Random other thing for MotoGP, by the way. Did anyone see the penalty post-race that someone got?
Vinales got 16 seconds. I don't know.
Yes, okay. I just wanted to make sure everyone saw that. 16 seconds tyre pressure.
And I think you mentioned this earlier on, Oracle. With 234 laps led for today, Kyle Larson has moved to the top 10 for most career laps led at Bristol. You mentioned that earlier on, didn't you?
Wow. That doesn't surprise me when he led so many laps last year, but that's absolutely amazing because I know for some people, they look at Kyle Larson, he's been around for a long time. He was rookie in 2014, but I still look at Kyle Larson as a very young driver. And my gosh. He's led a lot of laps around here and lost many times. Bowman, there's something wrong with this 48 car. He's still backsliding. Tyler Reddick's gotten around him now, so something's happened here to the 48, who has been up front for most of the day from the pole, but he's backsliding here. Josh Berry closing in on him. That would be 13th.
Tell you what's wrong with it. Jimmy Johnson's not driving it.
Well, now Jimmy Johnson
love
never
Alex,
had the Jimmy never had the greatest luck here at Bristol. Only won here once back in 2010.
Yeah, he was more a speedway type of guy, wasn't he? Did not
Yeah,
enjoy
well,
He was a chase type of guy.
he was certainly a guy that really liked the flatter racetracks. He won plenty on the short tracks at Richmond, Martinsville, and Phoenix. But of course, all of those are flatter than Bristol.
Just also realised that I keep missing round 3 of an IndyCar season. This is the 4th year running I've missed round 3 specifically.
A lot of traffic for Larson to have to maneuver his way around here. He's got to get around Joey Logano. Once he gets around Logano, he's got Chris Buescher, Noah Gragson, and Eric Jones in front of him. So Larson into a big wave of traffic here. And he has started to leg it out on Hamlin again. It's up to about 1.5 seconds, his lead on Denny, as he closes right in on the back of Chris Buescher.
Right, so if we stay green to the end of the race, there's 200 laps to go. It takes 4 laps for every 60 seconds at this track. So
Right.
how many... And the 34's got problems. He's down in pit road. But Gilliland looks like he's got a flat somewhere along that, the way it was crabbing down. So he's made it to the pit lane. We stay caution-free. But how many minutes would that be? My brain is telling me around about 45 minutes. Is that right?
You're right about Bowman.
Oh, Bowman. That's what's wrong with Bowman. There's smoke out the tailpipes of that car. That looks like a mechanical issue on the
Bowman.
48. That is such a shame.
Bowman says he is blowing up.
Yeah, and
well, this
You
could
can tell Corey LaJoy just passed him.
Yeah, look, it's going.
Yeah, and it was so obvious because he's been running top 5 basically all day, and then had just dropped anchor, and yeah, it's coming out the exhaust pipes. So, oh boy, what a shame.
Well, this will be a caution then, won't it, to check for oil on the circuit the way this is going? Because it's blue smoke, so it's oil.
You would think so.
I don't...
NASCAR JB.
Yep.
Expect the unexpected.
Imagine we have to red flag for this to clean the track up. I'm surprised they haven't boxed him. Pit road.
Saw there's a game plan with the mechanics up on top of the box. Talking to the crew chief, there's a member from Larson's team, a member from Byron's team. They're all ready with helmets on when their 48 driver decides to take that hard left and come on down.
He's going to have to do it soon because this is getting a bit ridiculous now, looking at this.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised NASCAR hasn't posted him.
They are checking him right now, according to Chris Knight. And
I don't think you really have to check him. We can all see what's happening.
Well, NASCAR's got a bunch of smoke in their officials room, it's pretty clear, so you can't see the track out of it.
Boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, back when Winston was the sponsor of this series, you'd be absolutely right about there being cigarette smoke up in that box. Oh my lord.
I don't know, but it feels good, man. It feels real good. Larson battling with the 17 to come through.
I just see a battle in pit road.
Say again?
The IndyCar, there was like a battle on track in pit road.
There is, side by side. Who's that between? It's between McLaughlin and I think Colton Herta. And Herta gets out ahead. So IndyCar's going well. You can start USRN 2 and on JBMotorsports. JT and Tom Cans and Omi in the comments box. Next week, Formula 1 broadcast on USRN and JB Motorsports will welcome the legendary voice of Jake Sanson to the team. Is Bowman in the pitch yet, or is he still, having a smoking addiction? Well, as the 48 now tries to go to rehab. Where is it? Trying to see where he is. 29th, and a lap down. Well, yeah.
Well, I just had to quickly clip that last moment when we were talking about cigarettes. That will make it onto the next out of context video. Thank you very much.
Another one bites the dust. So. Oh, then they're going to commercial. Fox Sports 1, sponsored by commercial. I thought I thought NBC
What
was
as we
nothing
call
but
them in the
yeah.
UK. We call
Nice.
them in the UK advertisements.
Yeah, adverts.
Isn't that advertisements over there?
Yes, yes, advertisement. It's battling, by the way. Everybody who's on the green tyre is slower in the Long Beach race. So I'm just kind of kicking myself because Long Beach is having a decent day in the first 6 laps.
Listen, no one loves tradition more than me. I love Long Beach. But I have made a goal to myself this year to not miss a cup race.
Yes.
And as far as I can tell, the only way that I would miss a cup race this year is if it gets rained out to Monday, or if something out of my control, you know, family or anything like that happens. Yes. But the goal is for me to be here for every cup race.
I wish I could say the same.
So I will give up some IndyCar this year to make that happen, and then we'll reassess next year. I just want to do it once. 1 year of every cup race.
I've kind of shot myself because it was supposed to be I would let you do the cups and I'll go do IndyCar, but it was Bristol and it started first, and we all said, oh, we'll do Bristol, and it's kind of gone back. I'm kind of saying, why didn't we just do the other way around? But I don't know. It's kind of like being asked to shoot your favourite. You know, I'm not going to finish that sentence, but.
I was gonna say, yeah, JB, you might want to finish that.
I suddenly remembered we're talking to an American audience, so, you know, a bit trigger happy. So.
Okay, you've gone both ways.
Wow! Oh my!
So I don't know. It's
not wrong though.
It's Sophie's choice, really. Do you want to go commentate on Bristol? Do you want to commentate on IndyCar?
Oh dear.
I'd rather just have NASCAR at Long Beach. That'd be quite fun.
We might not be far away from that because the Auto Club Speedway thing has completely broken down, and they want to be in Southern California one way or another. So we might not be far away from that.
One way or another. I'm gonna catch you one way. Maybe real soon.
Shall I drop a rumour that I saw floating online? I thought I'd drop a little rumour that I saw, and I don't know how credible this is, but I've heard rumours of GMS returning to the Truck Series.
Oh, wow.
Possibly Spencer Gallagher as their driver.
Wow, wow.
He has recently announced, Spencer Gallagher, that he'll be running 4 ARCA races this year.
That's a blast from the past
the
kind
greatest
of name.
named team of all time, Stigma Performance Services.
Can I ask a question? Why does the Trucks have a guy who's about 78 years old racing?
What do you mean? Do you dare insult my goat Norm Benning?
Yes.
He's a legend.
He's old.
You can't insult Storming Norm Benning.
I think him and Fernando Alonso were there when the universe was created.
Oh God.
Oh look, there's
my goat. He got a top 10, didn't he, recently, Norm Benning?
Yes.
Bowman's still on the track, running very slowly, by the way.
Yes, he did get a top 10 when his blood pressure went to 180.
Okay.
The next
okay, never mind. It was it. No, I was wrong. Sorry, my bad. He got a top 20.
Oh,
I'll give him
right.
that.
Top 20. Wow. Wow. That's
That is
brilliant.
impressive by his standard.
Put me in the car and I'm sure I can get at least a top 15.
Oh, dear.
And
It's
we
just
have
looking
breaking
through
news. Hold
here.
on. Hold on, we got some breaking news quickly. And Joshua Birch has been signed next week to drive for Joe Gibbs Racing in the Rockingham ARCA race.
I'll do it. Which, actually, can I ask a question? As a pure amateur, which would be the series I'd enter to do a race? I'd love to do a race. It seems like anybody...
Probably late models.
If Malcolm in the Middle can do it, I'd love to know.
Probably very far down the ladder.
Oh.
Would a Cars Tour, or would we go even below Cars Tour?
So I couldn't
Probably
get
like street stock and stuff like that.
Right, so I couldn't even get in a truck and go to truck.
No, I don't.
No. Malcolm in the middle, Cam.
Yeah.
By the way, I was
He
just
does have
looking
racing
through.
experience. He does have
After
racing experience.
he did. That is
Raced open wheels up.
I was just looking through after the comment I made about not. I want to be on for every NASCAR race. The IndyCar races, from what I can gather, that I'm going to be on, is going to be the GP, the 500, Detroit.
Oh no.
One of the Iowas. And I think, Nashville. Nashville does not clash with NASCAR. So those will be the ones that I am on this year.
Because it did clash last year, didn't it? Quite severely.
It did. Yeah, terribly.
I seem to remember Laguna Seca clashing with the race as well, and I had to leave halfway through to cover an IndyCar. That was annoying.
Good move, jeez.
Where were we?
So that'll
North
be,
Wilkesboro. No.
But wanting to say, was that New Hampshire?
New Hampshire, yeah. The red flag came out, yeah.
Yeah, the rain race at New Hampshire.
I can't believe what I'm just seeing. There's been 2 overtakes at Long Beach. This race is already 2. That's 2 more than we had last year. Oh, God, I could have. To be honest with you.
Who won last year?
The guy who started on pole position.
Who is that, though?
I think it was Scott Dixon, yeah?
I think it was Scott Dixon. I would honestly say I can remember, but I erased that part of my birthday from my brain. I'm so thankful my birthday's on a Monday. Go on.
By the way, if you're keeping count now, Kyle Larson has led 298 laps today, after leading 277 of 300 yesterday.
Could somebody just take a sniper and shoot out one of his tires?
We're back to shooting, are we?
Well, it's the highest rate. It's quick. I would say I don't think knife crime would work. You can't throw that fast. Shooting has an option.
It can in London.
By the way, we've been talking about these Spire cars. Carson Hocevar is still in 4th position, and he's running down, or trying to run down, Ty Gibbs. And we might need to talk more about Ty Gibbs. He 3rd. This would be the best finish if he stays there. It'd be the best finish in ages for young Ty.
Joshua Smith's asking, what does BTW mean? It's behind the wall. So
Also means by the way.
Yeah. BTW for NASCAR, it's behind the walls, which means he's having work done. And there used to be a 10-minute rule on that until they changed it this year and confused everybody in the off-season.
Well, I'm glad they changed that.
They've not
if
changed
they are able to fix the car and get the car back out, let them.
Yeah, they've not changed for Xfinity and trucks, though.
Right.
I understand a bit more why, because there's possibility of sheet metal falling on the track.
Yeah,
I
correct.
get that a little bit more, to be honest.
Yes.
No, I'm
correct.
glad.
But
I don't know why everyone was so confused about the rule, to be honest, because I read it in the off-season and I was like, this seems pretty clear.
Well, I don't know why we need to... If you can fix the car and get back out, let them fix the car and get back out.
Exactly. I'm going to take a seat now, actually, because I've been standing up for absolutely
2020 Clash flashback.
Oh my gosh, the Clash in 2020. Oh, good lord.
Crash.
You want to talk about a race? I did that race solo. Oh my good god. Oh god.
You didn't. My god, that was a boring one.
That one with Eric
boring.
Jones. Well, it was stupid. That's what it was. Eric Jones winning that car that looked destroyed.
It was not boring. It was not good, but it was entertaining.
It was not good. No.
Fox have just advertised.
Very entertaining.
Fox have just advertised, by the way, Talladega in 2 weeks' time on IndyCar.
And by the way, that race is back on Fox, not FS1, so we shouldn't get any green flag full screen commercials. Because we now have 150 laps to go at Bristol.
150 beers, a bottle on the wall, 150. You take one down, you drink one down, 149 beers on the wall.
What is Kyle Larson's lead now? 3.7.
3 months, 6 days, and 7 hours. And rising. And Bowman's finally gone behind the wall.
They were assembling a crew, apparently, so that were ready when they got there.
Hi on Team Radio, live from Alex Bowman. Something's weird, man. Something's weird.
Oh my god.
It's smoking so much, I think the local crackheads are getting excited.
Oh my god. What is going on?
I take it you do call it crack in America as well, not just here.
Yes.
That's good,
Yes,
good.
they do.
Good.
I'll be right back. I've got to clip that now for the next video.
Oh, no, just one particular section. That's all we need. Yeah.
I've marked it for JT. Hey, that's a cool camera. We saw Fox with their bridge cam. Put there if you want to throw yourself in front of the cars, you can do. During a really boring race. So, down pit road comes Eric Jones versus the green flag pit stops. Kyle Larson leads by 3.9 seconds, which at Bristol is equivalent to an eternity. Do you know, it's not often I say things like this in a broadcast. I think in this case, I'm kind of wishing that we have some form of intervention by the racing gods, because it's starting to get a little bit predictable. We've gone uninterrupted since we started the stage, and that is not good.
Host of our,
yeah.
do host of our things, please.
Ricky! Where are you, Ricky? We could do with you.
Host of ours probably more predictable, because host of ours just intentionally wrecks someone for like 0 reason.
It's not 0. I pay him to do it. It's not intentional if he's getting paid.
Has anyone seen host of ours replies to Jeff Glucks when he does the polls?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
They're brilliant.
Yes, they really are.
Since he got to Cup, he's only missed one. Can you make one guess which race that was?
Don't know which one.
Nashville.
No. Nashville, of course it's Nashville.
Look at where he turned Harrison Burton.
Right.
Ryan Blaney doesn't know where he's running. Fox are showing an advert for an IndyCar broadcast during an IndyCar broadcast.
Yes.
Oh, everybody, you're enjoying this IndyCar broadcast? Well, make sure to keep watching this IndyCar broadcast.
One way to keep them watching would be to show the actual broadcast.
Well,
we have incredible drivers in IndyCar, like Stingray Rob.
Now, let me tell you, that game show, The Floor, that is a fabulous show. I love that show so much. It's hosted by Rob Lowe.
I presume Bob High wasn't available to do it.
Thank you.
3 wide as Gibbs sends it through the middle on the 71 and the 42. That was brave.
Oh, wow, no kidding. Ty Gibbs having a terrific run today. Let's see if he can finish this race, but oh boy, this would be such a shot in the arm for that 54 team.
Can I just say, controversial opinion, but I can see why you lot love guns in America. I really can. If I had to sit through commercials every 5 minutes for 10 minutes, I'd want to shoot something as well. Because I'm watching the race. I'm watching the Fox broadcast on the other camera here, and it's nothing but commercials from Fox, and I'm literally wanting to shoot my television. Just show us the race!
By the way.
They're still not showing us the race! They're showing us the hammer in Indianapolis! Show us the race!
Oh, God.
There we
Ty
go.
Gibbs, by the way, 9th at Darlington last week, was his first top 10 of the season. His average finish this season is still quite dreadful. 22nd is his average finish. What in the world have they done with Jack Harvey? They put him right down there.
They put him in the hairpin, I've just noticed as well. Well, that's a good idea, because if there's one thing that you want to do is put Jack Harvey in harm's way. That's just like, yeah.
Well, how can he be a pit reporter if he's not on pit road?
He's going to cause the accidents. Just drops the microphone.
Oh,
Live interview of the drivers.
Not to mention, by the way, Fox have done a pitiful job using their pit reporters in NASCAR this year. I guess they're just going to do the same in IndyCar. Just have pit reporters down on pit road, but not use them.
Well, they're not like pit reporters, Matthew, as well. They're eye candy. Oh, speaking of candy, actually, Will Buxton had a baptism of fire. Now, I don't know how stupid Will Buxton is, but he's clearly never been to a racetrack before in his life, considering he's been there for years. You know, everybody, you get those little rubber ear defenders that you pop in. It's memory foam, and you pop them in your ears, and they absorb, and then you've got nice little ear defenders when you're next to the racetrack. Well, they were stored next to the sweet table, or the candy table for you Americans, in the commentary booth at Long Beach. So when Will went trackside, he forgot his ear defenders, and he was asking people where they were, and they said, "Oh, they're in the booth." So he didn't know that they were there. So he picked up what looked like candy, little sweets, what he thought was marshmallows, and he ate one, only to be told that they were the memory foam ear defenders in a packet of boxes. So he's eaten styrofoam memory foam, thinking they were sweets.
Yeah. Well. All right.
But surely you would know as soon as you look at them, because they're shaped as an ear canal. Ooh, waxy.
Well, I've been making this big to-do about Ty Gibbs, but he's just lost 2 positions. Carson Hocevar and Ryan Blaney's gotten by him. May do the same.
Yeah.
I find it interesting because we have still not had a caution for cause in this stage that's now gone about 115 green flag laps. So these guys are going to have to come to pit road at some point, and green flag pit stops at Bristol don't happen often. So a reminder, there are 2 pit roads here, but you only have to come down the side that your pit box is in under green. You only have to do both pit roads when it's under yellow. But under green, you can just come down your side of pit road.
Now,
pit road speed limit is, 40 miles an hour here. It's very easy to speed when pitting under green here.
Interesting to notice that the fewest cautions we've ever had here was actually 0 back in 1971.
Yes, correct.
Not beating that today.
No, but this is actually the fewest cautions we've had in several years here, at just 3.
Right, and that 71 race went caution-free. Charlie Glotzbach that race, and he had the track race record until Kyle Larson broke it last September.
How do you know this?
He's the oracle for a reason.
In his brain. I can't reel off facts like that for Formula 1. So, my goodness.
Right, I gotta quickly change PCs. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
No
well,
worries.
that's actually terrible timing. I just got an alert from my ring that someone's at my door. Someone's at my door right now. Give me a moment.
Matthew will dive away. And it's perfect timing as Christopher Bell comes into the pit lane. Green flag pit stops are starting here. And fingers crossed we're going to be okay.
You're not.
Yes. Are you still here? Are you staying until he comes back? Good.
We'll stay until Matt gets back.
So, Austin Cindric's coming in as well, Jack. What are you making of this race so far, then? It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Is there a sleeping sound effect? Oh no, I've got a sound effect that sums it up perfectly.
Perfect. That's the one.
Nothing is...
it's weird.
Even any strategy to keep me entertained.
Ty Gibbs
Got
pits.
Ty Gibbs into the pit lane.
You ask, you shall receive. Let's go down pit road.
But the track position that he has...
And they don't use their pit reporter. Oh, for God's sake. Matthew's right. They don't need.
Jamie Little's got nothing to do.
Jamie Little.
Alex Bowman is out of the race.
Oh, okay. So that was
Engine.
terminal failure then for him, unfortunately. Where are our pit reporters on Fox? Are they all having a day off?
We've also had one lead change today, overall.
Just the one?
Just the one. And the last time we had one lead change all day was in 2000 at New Hampshire.
Oh my
Jeff
God.
Burton led all 300 laps.
Hosefar leads because Larson's in.
These tires here.
Kyle Larson on pit road and William Byron. Jamie?
Yeah, Kyle Larson peels off. He comes down pit road as they count him down. He's been happy today. Every time they ask him what he needs, it's just not much. He's been happy with it. Obviously, he's dominated 350 laps, but he gives up that lead as they work the left side here.
Carson Hocevar picks up the lead. Here's Chase Briscoe in and Ross Chastain from 4th place.
Very nerve-wracking if I'm that Kyle Larson team right now. This is the only thing that can knock us out of this thing. Be careful here, make no mistakes, and make sure that caution doesn't come out.
Regan.
And you see Carson Hocevar on the right side of the screen as they have trouble with the left rear. This is going to be devastating for them. The car had been a little bit too tight in a long pit stop here.
Fell off the jack. That's a costly error in a great race car.
Well, that's what it comes down to. You have to dot all the I's and cross all the T's on a week-to-week basis and on the money stop right here. But I think a lot of these guys are pitting right now because it's 4 to 5 tenths of a second a lap. And if you hang out like William Byron did last week and you lose the lead and you lose that track position, you just get behind.
Chase Elliott in along with both the Childress cars, Childress full-time cars. Dylan and Kyle Busch. Little long stop on the left side. For Busch, Josh Berry is in. Justin Haley coming to pit road.
Well, you see the difference there, about a half a track advantage to your leader as we see it right now, Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, so battle's coming in, Jack, for this one, and this is going to get better as Blaney now leads the race, despite earlier on being a lap down. Okay, better.
Really haven't got a lot to say right now, to be honest with you.
There's a little bit of strategy, but
at the moment we're just logging laps.
Do you know how many are on the lead lap right now? 2.
4.
2 now. Blaney and Reddick. That's it. 2. It's a caution.
Reddick, ask him now.
Yeah.
So I can say my boy Reddick lapped everyone.
Yes, you can. This is a super bizarre race. They're praying for yellows, by the way, the Blaney, Reddick, and Wallace. That's why they're staying on the lead lap. But Blaney's about to lap them as well. Blaney's right behind Bubba and Tyler. Blaney is going to lap the whole field. He's praying for a caution. What? That's a bold call, isn't it, Jack? But it could pay off for him.
Oh, for God's sake.
What? 100 to go, by the way.
Both of our pit road issue.
Oh. Lap 400, 100 to go, and Brad Keselowski's coming into pit lane as well. 2 laps down the field. What's going on? This could be an entertaining little race. Okay, still on the battle here. Ryan Blaney leads from Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace, but Wallace is next up to be lapped, and he's right there. 10 gets lapped. Bubba's going to be lapped shortly. Bell goes back through. Is that full position? I can't tell. No, it's not. That's just trying to up-lap themselves. The field's in an utter mess right now, thanks to Blaney, Reddick, and Wallace staying out. Ryan Blaney has now lapped the whole field. He is a lap ahead of Reddick, Wallace, and Preece, and 2 laps ahead of everybody else, Jack. Unbelievable. It's a strange day, isn't it? That we've had a lap field.
Where is Hocevar then in the field so that I can have a look?
Can't actually find him.
He's in the top 20. Okay, that's good. He's having one of his best drives.
I can't actually find
18.
it.
Ouch.
18, yeah, can't find 77. I'm just amazed that Blaney's lapped the entire field. That's shocking. Kind of like that. It's making it a bit more entertaining. We've got 93 laps to go. Is that 28 of 90, by the way, over at Long Beach?
Scott Dixon is the current race leader.
Is he? Yes, he is. Yeah, Dixon, Simpson, Longard. Now Kirkwood. Hello. Now Longard, Kirkwood below. Now Kirkwood, Longard below. What's going on over there? Now Kirkwood below. Longard. I've given up. Hello, Matthew.
Oh, hello.
You'd be glad to know that since you've been gone. Blaney
Still remember the fact that A Day to Remember did a cover of that song. They're like a pop punk metalcore band. It's such a good cover.
Blaney leads by a lap to Reddick. And he's 2 laps ahead of everybody else from Priest down. 2 laps. If the caution comes out, Blaney will be 3rd.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where we've got up to. Ryan Blaney staying out to try and bring the caution, and he's now a lap ahead of everybody else. There's Bubba, who's now unlapped himself, but that's not going to happen soon. Because, yeah, How has Ryan Blaney gone from being a lap down to 2 laps ahead of everybody else and nearly lapping Bubba Wallace?
Alright, I'm going to go switch PCs now.
Alright, no worries.
It just... Yeah, total chaos here when the Ring doorbell went off. My goodness. Anyway.
Matthew, do you... Oh, no, it's Dixon coming out of the pit lane. We're fine. I just thought you made a mistake there. And there he goes.
Oh,
Blaney laps Wallace. Oh, my God. What is going
So here's my question on what I've missed here, Josh. Has Blaney not stopped yet?
He has not stopped yet. He's going long to try and get a caution, but he's been fueled longer.
I see.
Yeah. I think he's good to the end, but we're not sure. For fuel, that is.
That would be a very interesting strategy.
He deserves it if he's done it. He's now.
But I mean, obviously he had to do something different because no one was being Larson.
Yeah.
Which I say that, but Hamlin has actually run Larson down.
Yes, the gap between them is a fraction. I do not remember a race where Blaney's about to lap the entire field and it's 2 laps down from Ryan Preece onwards. It's good for Ryan Blaney, honestly. He's about 2 seconds away from lapping Tyler Reddick. And then the entire field would be lapped. We could get out of here, Matthew. He could go off early.
Well, yeah, indeed. Well, of course, Ryan Blaney leading right now in a position where he could, come out on the positive side. That only means one thing, of course. An asteroid will strike the Bristol Motor Speedway any moment, right?
I'll call NASA.
Someone call NASA.
Someone call a geologist. I think everybody's sort of given up on this race, haven't they?
Yes, I think so.
We should have called Long Beach. Yeah. Into the pit lane. This is the 42 having errors. It dropped off the jack whilst under tyre stops. Yeah, with that board, we're showing stuff we saw live.
Oh.
That happened 5 minutes ago. We saw it live. Well, you're 1/3 into the Long Beach race, and I can't believe it. More actions happened there than here. We've done the wrong race. That's a curse. Do you reckon if we just started commentating on the IndyCar race, anybody would mind?
I am back. I'm just going to get the IndyCar race on my TV. Then we are good to go.
You've got to get the good one to watch, haven't you? And there we have it! On the down low! And Ryan Blaney in 3, 2, 1! Come on! Do it! Is he going to... Reddick is taking the high line! Come on! Come on! Come on! We're getting excited over a lapped car and a lapped race. What the hell is this?
Oh, he's got it right there. Oh, come on.
Go on. Go on. Power, power, power. Lap him. Lap him. He's lapped.
Oh, wow. He almost did it.
He's done it. But has Blaney got him back? Has Reddy got him back? Come on. Stop showing Ryan, please.
They're still side by side. If Fox will show it, they're right up there. Yeah, Blaney's still on the bottom.
I want to see this. Come on, I want to see him getting lapped. I want to see Ryan Blaney lapped the entire field.
Imagine if a caution comes out now.
That's
yeah,
what they
exactly.
want. That's what they want. It would be his race to lose.
Oh, he's going to clear him. Right here, he got him.
Yes! He's lapped. Ryan Blaney has lapped the field at
Guaranteed
Bristol.
Blaney win, basically.
If that caution comes out, oh baby.
It'll be a Blaney versus Reddick battle for the win, and you know who I'm rooting for there.
Oh, Bubba Wallace is still in the mix, let's not forget.
He wouldn't get the free pass though, would he?
No. What we need now is a caution. Please.
Boy,
Well, Larson's carving his way back up.
So what that would do is it would allow a lot of people to take the wave around to get back on the lead lap, but Blaney would be still the leader.
Yes. Please. Caution.
Love your tweet, Matthew.
That would only that would only put Allmendinger back onto the lap because Haley down is 2 laps down. So it'd only be the top 11 on the lead lap.
Correct. Yep, that's right.
That's worth it. Blaney can do that.
But see, Blaney really needs the caution though, because if he has to come under green, not only will he give up the lap that he's gotten, he will then go another lap down. Just about 2 laps, making the green flag pit stop here.
Somebody spin! Please! I've never wanted a caution more in my life!
Which now, I say that you lose 2 laps pitting here. Actually, probably a lap and a half at this point now that pit stops are... here's Reddick coming in. Reddick was on this same strategy. You've got 3 cars on this strategy. Blaney, Reddick, and Wallace. And Reddick has thrown the towel in on it here and is pitting.
Well, that's only going to drop him down into... Well, computer says 17th, but it's dropped him into 12. Why is it now dropped him 3 laps down? I'm more confused with this track than ever before. Larson's trying to get back on. And now Larson's running in 2nd place. So, Bubba's pitted? Yes. So,
well,
yeah.
no, Wallace hasn't... He has. I don't think he's pitted yet, but he was lapped by Blaney and then passed by Larson and Hamlin. But no, Wallace stopped.
So Larson still effectively has the net lead of the race unless a caution comes out and everybody gets done over.
Yeah, if it goes to plan for them, it will be Larson, Hamlin, then Gibbs, Briscoe, Byron.
Blaney's just
but
there
yes,
with
a caution right now would absolutely turn it upside down.
Please, somebody just have a spin and continue.
Cody Ware, you know what to do.
It would be the...
Make yourself relevant.
62 laps to go. Come on, come on. And there goes
Oh,
Larson.
and here's Larson. Yeah, here's Larson trying to unlap himself. So that... Well, now, because Larson's unlapped himself, Blaney really does need yellow now, because if he has to pit under green, he's going to be so far back of Larson.
He's not going to throw the towel in, or is he? Yeah, he's throwing the towel in.
Oh, he's going to pit.
He's had enough.
And if a caution comes out now, he's really screwed.
Exactly. And knowing Ryan Blaney's luck, they'll probably all walk up right now.
Yeah, Bubba's in too, so this is not going to work. Is it front or backstretch pit stops? Backstretch.
Yep, this is the backstretch. So Larson now has taken the lead back.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
And we'll see where Blaney winds up in all of this. Is he going to be able to stay on the lead lap? Is the
Yes.
Only just.
9th. 10th. Dylan might get him. So yeah, Blaney stays on the lead lap. It still benefits him as a caution though. Right, so we've got 58 laps to go. What's this about IndyCar's timing?
So now let's see. So Blaney How much longer was he able to stay out than everybody else? That was close to 50 laps, yes?
Yes, yeah. So they fueled it really well.
Let's see. I'm looking at timing and scoring. He pitted on 4:39. Everybody else, Larson was 3:89. Yeah, that's 50 laps longer. So let's see if 50 lap fresher tires can make any kind of difference here, as he now tries to come from basically a lap down, because he's 14 and a half seconds back. That's basically a lap.
But we just saw how
Let's
good
see if his
Larson...
50 lap fresher tires can make a difference.
Yeah, we just saw how Larson could do it on, 50 lap old tyres as well. So this should be quite easy. In fact, he should be flat out to the end, if I'm not mistaken. He's the only one who will be.
You would you would think so. But is 55 laps enough time to make up 14 seconds? That's what we're going to find out on a day where tire wear has not been an enormous story. We haven't had much.
Would he pray
just look at the shot that Fox gave us there. There's basically no marbles up there at the top of the track.
Would he pray for a yellow then, and to get those 14 seconds back now?
Yeah, quite possibly. And of course, if you were to get a yellow, maybe you get the other guys to come to pit road and pick up the spots that way. I kind of doubt it, but that's a possibility. But yeah, I would think, get a yellow now, stack everyone up for the restart, and you won't have to make up these 13 seconds. I'm just watching timing and scoring each lap as he tries to make gains.
Yeah.
So on this particular lap, Blaney was 13.3 seconds behind Larson. Now he's 13.2. He made up a tenth of a second only, but he also had to pass a car and AJ Allmendinger on. We'll see. This is very similar to what happened last week with Blaney. He stayed out longer than everyone else. He had fresh tires at the end of the run, and he charged and charged and charged, made the pass on Reddick with 3 to go, but then the caution came out and ruined the plan. But look at this wave of traffic that Larson's got to get around. He's got a nest of cars in front of him. He's got that Raspberry number 60.
And look who's right behind
Ryan
him.
Preece, and Hamlin is gaining because of this. He's got Preece to pass. He's got Gilliland to pass. He's got Daniel Suarez, Darrell Wallace. He probably won't pass Wallace because he's on so much fresh tires. But yes, because he's in all of this traffic, Josh, Hamlin's only a half second behind.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic then for a battle towards the end of this, isn't it? We really are shaping up for a good one. Just looking, and slow. He's at the Sonny D car. Just coming down on the very low line. I couldn't quite tell if that was Stenhouse or not. So, there you go. I'm saying it right now. Larson, Hamlin, Gibbs. 6 tenths to Hamlin. Yeah, Hamlin, to be honest with you might go for a triple here. 3 in a row.
You got Larson. You got Larson trying to win 2 races this weekend and back-to-back it. While Hamlin's looking to go back-to-back in the race and 3 in a row for the season. And what the hell is Fox doing there?
Zooming on Cale Yarborough.
Isn't this the first Bristol race since he passed away, I think?
I mean, it is, but I don't know why we have to show that on full screen.
I have no idea.
What a driver, though. Cale Yarborough was the first most laps led of all time, apparently, at Bristol. But he was also the first ever driver to win 3 championships in a row. Only one driver has done it since, Jimmy Johnson.
An update here on the Long Beach race. People have been saying this is better than an NBC production, and they're showing more of the field, which is why it's feeling like it's a better race. But Lundgaard is leading by 18 seconds to Rob. So,
by the way, I can tell you, I keep watching timing. Blaney is making real gains here. It's down to 11.5 seconds, and he's up to 7th now.
To go back to your question, yes, I think Blaney's going to win this race by country. I think he's going to get him. The fact he can keep going is going to be fun. Apparently, the NASCAR booth is saying, and following us here is IndyCar coming up on Fox. It's already on. They're nearly
It's
halfway.
literally already on, guys.
Yeah. So somebody, there's no cross-production there, is there, between the two?
Now we're watching a replay here. Blaney right behind all of this. Blaney has just passed. Blaney's just made another pass. He's gotten by. Who was it that he got by? Was it Chastain? Yes, he's up to 6th. Oh, Blaney is charging, but he might just run out of time. There's only 9 to go. If we go green from here on out, you can complete 39 laps here in just under 10 minutes.
Bloody hell. Okay. Oracle, Long Beach last year, caution-free, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, good.
That's what I'm wanting to say. I could be wrong in that.
I'm going to ask the Oracle another really interesting stat question. How long is the longest amount of time we've gone without a caution in IndyCar? Because I don't think there's been one since St. Petersburg lap 1.
Oh my God!
Boy, now that's a really good question. I wouldn't know.
We have not had a caution
really
in a long
in.
time.
I would really have to dive in on that.
I can tell you the longest time in a Formula 1. 9 races last year. Canada to Singapore. We went.
No safety cars.
No safety cars from Canada to Singapore.
Are we including virtual or excluding that?
Including. We went.
Wow.
We went
Fair play.
green flag running last year from end of Canada to start of Singapore.
By the way,
races.
Long Beach last year did have 1 caution on lap 15.
Oh. Thank you. I'll just.
You know what for?
Yes, it was an accident in turn 4 involving Christian Rasmussen.
Okay. He was part-time that year as well, so just getting the ropes. Full-time this year, obviously, with Ed Carpenter Racing.
Blaney keeps cutting into the lead. It's 10.6 seconds. But he's not cutting into it quickly enough. 32 laps to go. Larson's lead on Hamlin is 1.2 seconds. Hamlin's trapped behind the Austin Dillon car, which is a lap down, but is running a solid...
Matt, Oracle, seriously, question. How long do you reckon it has been between those yellows? Because FP1 Will really wants to know for his comedy review. And he's asking you, Oracle.
Well, that's not good. So what has that been? So, goodness gracious, that's been lap 1 at St. Petersburg, like you said. Nothing at Thermal, right?
No,
there was no
nothing
yellow.
here.
I did not watch that race.
No yellow, and no yellow
But there
here
was-
either.
So, good God.
Ingray Rob is leading the race.
I wouldn't even begin to know when the last time we've gone that long. Basically 2.5 races, right?
Yeah, I can't
Good
think.
Lord.
I can't think of another time where we've gone yellow. I haven't gone yellow for that long.
Can't believe this.
That's a very
Ingray Rob.
obscure stat.
Ingray Rob leading the race is the most generational thing I have ever seen.
Has it
The most incredible.
Yeah. Has it always had a yellow?
Probably
Or
not.
does that get introduced along the line?
What was the question?
Has it always had a caution period? IndyCar?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
right.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, then, it is a new record. New record, then, right?
Only 25 laps to go, and Larson looks to be pretty comfortably in front. His lead on Hamlin, 1.3 seconds. Blaney has stopped making gains now. He's still 10.3 seconds back in 6th.
He's hit traffic, though, a lot of it in the mid-sector. You can see on the driver tracker.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was what I was worried about, is hitting these big clusters of traffic.
It's a muck-clucking cluster. Do you know, I'm ready for bed. 46 streams in one weekend.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Quite fun though.
Amy, you're alive!
Hello.
How is IndyCar? Is it as okay as we're thinking, as we're watching?
Right, so I was of course commentating that for about 30 laps of it.
Yeah.
And I was falling asleep.
Oh, it's bad
Yeah.
then. Good.
I was falling asleep while standing up, if that makes any sense.
Matthew, I think we found the solution to make Long Beach watchable. Don't pay attention to it, just have it on the side screen. And then it works. Because
oh dear.
We've been focusing on this, which has been another snooze fest. And then we looked down here and we thought, God, the IndyCar race looks fantastic. But it's good to know that both are not as good. Yes. Ah. Good.
I
Boy,
do
is that
Long
Ro-
Beach
is that-
as more of
Is
a...
it Sting? Is it Robin Schwartzman 1 and 2? My God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still remember when Schwartzman won the F3 title.
Oracle does
F3
too.
champ, runner-up in the F2 champ in 2021. Do you? I'm sure you will remember who he was runner-up to.
No.
Today's Grand Prix winner,
Oh,
Oscar
Piastri. Yes, of course. Yeah. So, 46
He
streams.
was teammates with him.
46 streams. Oh, my mind is gone. It is soup. Do you remember when we started broadcasting? Petridge Farm remembers. I've lost count. Does
We're down to 4 minutes left in this race, by the way. 16 laps, 4 minutes to go.
Don't tease me, Matthew. You won't like me when I'm angry.
Oh, and how has Rory McIlroy lost his lead? What has happened? He's
This is
now
the
tied
longest-
with Justin Rose.
You know something's
This is
messed
the-
up when golf is more interesting than the NASCAR and IndyCar races. You know something's seriously wrong when we turn to golf.
Oh my
Alright.
God, how has that
This is
happened?
the longest green flag run at Bristol since 2004.
So let me get this straight.
Okay.
I now understand why they've put Long Beach and Bristol on the same day. It's because if you don't fancy shooting yourself watching the Long Beach race, you can kill yourself with the mind-dumb boredom that is this race. Basically, it's choose your suicide.
Now, I will say this about that, what you just mentioned, Jack, that 2004 race. We would be talking about the night race in 2004 with that long green flag run. That had a 100-lap green flag run to the end of the race, but in the middle of it, there was a 259-lap green flag run that forced drivers to have to pit under green, and that had not happened at Bristol in so long that drivers were getting confused whether to enter on the back stretch pit or the front stretch pit. You had multiple drivers fall a lap down because they entered the wrong pit road. Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, just to name a couple.
Can I ask a question? Should we bring back the dirt?
No. No.
Should this
I
race...
like the dirt, to be
Alright.
honest.
Should this race just go down to being 1, not 2 in a year?
We can definitely talk about that. I don't mind having a dirt race. I don't want it to be at Bristol. I want it to be at a proper dirt.
Yeah.
I think the most realistic option is Knoxville.
For a dirt.
Knoxville, Eldora, yeah.
Alright, how about this?
Whoa, what just happened to Kyle? Kyle just had a moment.
Oh, he hit the wall.
He's still gonna win. It doesn't matter. That car could be on fire and he'd still win. He could be Ghost Rider and he'd still find a way to win. 6 to go.
His lead is a 1.5 seconds with 6 to go. Just needs to survive for a couple of more minutes, basically 90 seconds.
This is the longest green
you know,
flag
Jack,
run.
we saw yesterday Larson in the final laps. He was leading by a mile, and he kept pushing very hard lap traffic, and I don't know why he's doing the same today.
This is the longest green flag run in the stage racing era.
What? Alright, maybe alright, I'm glad we're commentating on that now, because a bit of history. But what is going on? Mike Joy is... we're going to need to recharge him.
3 to go.
He hasn't had time to have a recharge. He's been non-stop. Somebody get the batteries. If Larson lifts off and let Hamlin win, just to have some drama, I'd be very surprised. But Larson needs to...
Two are good friends.
Yeah.
They are good friends.
He's now led over 400 laps for the second straight Bristol race. 2 laps to go, Josh. In fact, he's coming to the white.
Kyle Larson bores us all for 2 days running, but you can't deny the skill this man has shown. Finally, at a track he knows best, he locks himself into the playoffs. Kyle Larson will come out of turn 4 and win at Bristol, baby! That was for John.
That was for John.
Oh, I like that. That makes it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, on the week where we lost just a lovely, lovely person that everyone at Hendrick Motorsports and everyone in the NASCAR community just adore. That's his team going to victory lane, and not only is it also his driver that he was most closely to these last few years, working with Kyle Larson, working with Hendrick Motorsports. Having Kyle Larson take a Hendrick car, sponsored by HendrickCars.com, to dominant victories on back-to-back days, no better way to honor his memory. That's just an awesome moment. It's his 3rd career win at Bristol. It's the 31st win of his career. His 2nd of the season. He moves to within 1 on the all-time wins list of LG.
Well, there we go.
One more thing.
Go on.
He was 1 spot short of making it a triple.
Yeah, he was. Just like at Homestead. Just like at Homestead when he won the truck race and won Cup, but was 4th in Xfinity. This week, 1st in Xfinity and Cup, but 2nd in.
Arguably, in both truck races, he's not been the fastest driver in my opinion.
Burnout.
Right.
Time last time. I do love that sound.
That a boy. That a boy. He's burnt the tyres, he's probably burnt the car. Don't really care. What a race for him. Us, on the other hand, thank God that was over. So 3
2
cautions.
hours, 38 minutes, and 42 seconds that race was.
Fastest Cup race of the season, everybody. We're done before 11. That has not happened this year. Not even when we were in British in GMT. And you guys moved forward an hour. We're done before 11. I could go join the IndyCar broadcast.
You've got 39 laps to go.
Yeah, I don't think I'd subject myself to the torture. Omi, is it worth it?
Omi's not here anymore.
Oh, has he gone back to IndyCar? Right.
No, he's not even in the IndyCar thing.
Omi's gone to bed. Probably worth
No,
it.
here he is.
Omi, is it worth it then? Going to IndyCar, shall I escape?
No, it's not worth it. I've joined the call just to tell you that.
Thank you, my friend. I shall leave it to JT and Tom then. And a little kid hands the flag to Kyle Larson. I'd love to own one of those flags. That'd be something special. Knowing me though, I'll just give it to my nephew, as I have done several times over the past couple of months. Everything I get from a track, I go, Elliot, present. Right, down to Jamie Little, who's not done anything today.
The 3 races this weekend, but I just heard you say on the radio, we did this one for John. What did John mean to you, Kyle?
Yeah, no, this one's definitely for John. He's just a great guy here. So we're going to miss him, but successful weekend here. Wish he was going to be here with us to celebrate, but I know he's celebrating with us in spirit. So, yeah, just a flawless race once again here at Bristol for the 5 team. Really, really good car. That was a lot of fun. You know, however many laps of green we ran there was a lot of fun, and I was pretty comfortable with things, and then Denny came on really strong there before the pit cycle, and then, yeah, just kind of kept the pressure on from there. So I knew I had to make some good moves in traffic. felt like I did a pretty good job there in traffic. Split the middle sometimes when I needed to. So, yeah, just a lot of fun. A little bit out of breath. It's just so high pace here, and heart rate's up. So, really cool. Thanks to HendrickCars.com, Chevy, Prime, Valvoline, this whole team. You know, the pit crew, this is their first win with the 5 teams. So, it's going to be fun celebrating with them. And, yeah, just good to be back in Victory Lane.
Cliff Daniels, your crew chief, told me moment. We don't know what to expect today. Kyle, this was not the race we all expected. What from your perspective, I mean, at what point did you realize this is not going to be a tire conservation race?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, early on, yeah, we were all kind of just riding in line like we did in the spring last year, and I was just trying to keep an eye on the track, and I felt like, you know, it was starting to get a little bit darker on exit, so I was like, all right, that means some rubber's laying down. And then people kind of got the middle working, and then we get back down. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to go to the lead here and pick the pace up, and maybe the pace will help lay the rubber down even more. And it did, and it turned into a normal Bristol track there for us. So really played in our favor. Obviously, having the track position helps a lot. You know, if Denny's in front of me, it could be a totally different story and be really hard to pass him. But glad to stop his three-peat. We hate to see him win, so as I'm sure you guys do too. But it's just good to be back here in Victory Lane.
Good to see Kyle Larson get the win, and he does it for John Edwards.
Thanks, Jamie.
Wow.
Back-to-back wins for Kyle Larson as you cross.
Are we going to hear from Denny? I don't know. PRN are going to go jumping in there as well. Yeah, we are. Are we? I'm waiting to hear. They finished 1, 2, 7 times, I just heard from Mike Joy. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. Regan Smith.
Well, Mike, Denny Hamlin's bid does come just short for getting that 3rd straight win, Denny. Mike just gave a stat that you and Kyle Larson have finished 1, 2, 7 times. This is the first time he's come out on top, though. I know you won that 3rd straight, but a good day nonetheless.
Yeah, we really did, but you got to give that team their due, and Kyle his due. Yeah, they just a dominant performance, and you know, looked like you know, pretty flawless day for him. So it looked pretty easy. It was all I had to try to keep up there. You know, glad we were able to give him a little bit of a run with our progressive Toyota. But, you know, this weekend, we're all thinking about John Edwards' family, Al Pierce, Shige Hattori. You know, we've lost a lot of great people in our sport over this past week. So our thoughts are with them. And, yeah, I wish we could have got one more spot. But I just wanted to keep him honest there at the end. That's all I tried to do, but he just was too much to handle.
This 11 car, a lot of speed every week right now, a lot of momentum going into the off week. How nice is that to go into the one off week you guys get this year, knowing how strong it's been?
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a great run here over the last month. We've been really good. Just got to continue this momentum, and it all starts tomorrow. You go back to work and you figure out how you can get just a little bit better.
All right, enjoy the off week. Thanks, Denny.
Thanks, Regan. Jeff Gordon among those celebrating as the Hendrick team races with heavy hearts this weekend. For more live racing,
Matthew, get us out of here.
I'm so. Oh gosh, I can't imagine the emotions from everyone in the Hendrick Motorsports camp, but especially Jeff Gordon. John started working with Jeff as Jeff's PR person in his 2nd season in NASCAR. That was 1994. Jeff and John were basically side by side for 30 years, just about, and I can't imagine the emotions.
2 out of 3 races in a weekend and a 2nd place in the trucks, as you said earlier, guys. That is going to be special. He's driving on rims. I'm not sure Bristol are going to like that much, but he's driving on the rims back to the pit lane. Not bad at all. There are 56 laps out of 90 over at the Long Beach Grand Prix. You can join Josh Turner and Tom Cairns on USRN2 and JB Motorsports for all of the action there. Kyle Kirkwood currently leading from Alex Palou, 1.8 seconds behind. So you don't need to be Miss Marple to work out what's going to happen next. Let's quickly hear from Ty Gibbs.
The top 5, but Ty, a complete day today. You guys start 6, run in the top 5 all day long. Has to feel good.
Yeah, it's definitely really nice. We had a really good, clean day, so really happy to have that. It's been pretty chaotic start to our year, so I think we're back where we're going to run it. But really excited for the future and to get back racing after this off weekend. And I think we're really capable of winning a lot this year. And just have a fun time, have a blast. So thank you to Toyota, Monster, Energy, and Saya.
You mentioned that chaotic start to the season. How tough is it as a driver when things aren't necessarily going your way, but you have had speed at times to keep your head down and keep focused and know that this is going to come?
Yeah, we've got great guys around me. I know we're capable of running really well, as we've seen. So, I don't think I'd worry about it at all too much. But thank you to Monster Energy, thank you to Mitch Covington, David Galland, Rodney, and everybody. I appreciate them and LDN, and just excited for the future.
All right, nice run today. Thanks, Jamie.
Great run for Chase Briscoe as well. Brings it home fourth, your fourth top 10 this season. What a rebound after last week, Chase, which, as your crew chief called a disaster. How good does this one feel with this team?
Yeah, it's nice. Whenever you have a run like last week, it can go two different ways. You can either just, dwell on it, or you can just move on from it. And proud of our, Bass Pro Shops Toyota team to be able to move on from it and come here and just, put it in the rear view, right? So, yeah, it was a good, solid day for us. That's what we needed to do, was just have a clean, solid day and have a good finish. That's what we had. Just need a little bit more to be able to be up there and be, battling for the win. But overall, definitely nice to have some momentum going into the off week.
Chase, coming into this race, everybody just knew we were going to see a repeat of last spring. It was going to be tire management. As a driver, what is that switch in your mind like when this race was completely different?
Yeah, I told James before the race, I said, I really don't think it's going to do it. But you couldn't just go hard and then risk the opportunity that it was going to all fall apart, right? So it was a very unique start to the race, just how everybody was going super easy. Then you'd have a couple guys start picking up the pace, then we all would. And then I'd say around lap 50 or 60, you just started running hard, and obviously it lasted. So, yeah, I don't know what the light switch is that determines if we have that or don't have that. But, yeah, it was definitely interesting, to say the least.
Well done. Enjoy the weekend off with the family.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thank goodness for that. Matthew, if you want to wrap up on both, I'll wrap up at the same time. So I'll hand over to you to go through asking us all questions and ask you one as well.
Well, we would normally ask driver of the day, but I don't think there's a answer that you can give that doesn't begin with Kyle and end with Larson, is there?
Ryan Blaney. There you go. Good try from Blaney.
The one and only off week of the regular season for the next week, Xfinity and trucks will be in Rockingham next week, but the Cup Series are off. Thank goodness. I'm sure they're all saying they'll be back at Talladega on April the 27th. Jack, any final thoughts from what was
No
a day with
comment.
not a lot of entertainment at Bristol?
No comment is all I've got. There are no comments to be made. All I can say to finish it off is that was 2 days worthy of John Edwards right there.
Yeah, that's a sweet way to end it. Great race, and John Edwards, of course, great to honour him with 2 great races. But Bristol needs to change, and fast. Give us some tyres that can degrade. Give us some action. That was the worst race I've done this weekend, and we've had some stinkers. It had its moments, let's not forget, but there was just nothing going on. And I'm looking at the IndyCar race and thinking, it looks kind of damn good compared to this. But yeah, that was good. I think they're going to enjoy the week off. And look, we're all going to forget this race happened soon because it's Talladega next. Game on.
Yeah, looking forward to Talladega in 2 weeks' time. Between now and then, as we mentioned, Xfinity and trucks next week in Rockingham. But everyone, enjoy the off week for Cup Series. Enjoy your Easter weekend with meaningful Easter weekend. And we will be here all week on USRN for NBA playoffs, the play-in tournament day, and then NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs start on Saturday. We'll be here for that. We'll be here for Rockingham, of course. But that will finish it for all of us, USRN and JBM from Bristol, where Kyle Larson smoked the field again with his 3rd Bristol win. He has now led 4 He's led over 400 laps in back-to-back Bristol races, and over the last 2 days in Cup and Xfinity, he's just combined to lead 688 of the 800 laps run. Just remarkable what Kyle Larson has just done. We have IndyCar at Long Beach. JBM and are into right now, so tune in for that to see who wins the Long Beach Grand Prix. Thank you, Omi. And we are out. Done in Bristol. Kyle Larson bashing the field in back-to-back Bristol races. Good night.